Okay. All right. We're on. But greetings everyone. I've been told to slow my intros down a little bit because apparently there's an ad that plays. I hope that your ad is playing now and that it is something that at least entertains you, if not something that you are then compelled to purchase. Welcome to Arragas City of Dreams. This will be our third episode 3. For those of you who have been our lifelong fans, you'll notice a few changes. First of all, our map cam is live. So, that's the map cam waving. So you guys will be able to see some of the action tonight. They're just plastic figures or whatever, so they're not gonna move around on their own. We're not that high prod yet, but also you will notice that we have a new and improved overlay courtesy of Julie, which has our names below each person. So tonight we'll be able to skip the person intros and maybe just do introduction of the character that each person is playing before we get into the meat of the adventure. So I think I've wasted enough time. My Mickey Mouse wristwatch says it's 8:01, so I'm assuming that the ad doesn't go for much longer than a minute. And we'll go ahead and do our intros, starting with Amanda. This time we're just going to do our character intros.
Okay. I'm playing Kethra Sogard, and she is a cleric.
I am Aristor Orlean, a knight and paladin, and my skill set includes losing track of women in crowds, knocking hats off people's heads with rocks, and intimidating prostitutes.
Yes. 2 of the 3 of those you have excelled at with little to no training.
Paladin school did not cover prostitute intimidation.
I'd like to think it did.
They were like, just avoid abstinence from prostitute intimidation is the only way. It's the safest way.
I'd like to think it was an elective.
Yeah.
Like, right? Extracurricular.
Should have taken it.
Nash.
Taylor been a natural.
I play Makaria Storm Dragon, and she is a fighter. I don't have any adorable quips.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I don't either, so it's okay. It's fine.
So since I have my costume on, not sure which one I should cover. I guess I play hippie. Small town girls just trying to make it big in the big city. With my music and my love for music and my charming demeanor.
Yes. Charm and demeanor.
I am Liliana Hollywisp, Dirty Druid Girl.
Dirty Druid in the house.
Getting
Rolling
down
dirty
all the way.
20s.
Rolling dirty 20s too. That's right. Rolling a bunch of dirty 20s.
I don't think I've gotten a dirty or a natural 20 ever in this game.
Tonight's your night.
I hope you just jinxed it. That would be awesome.
Actually, I did, to recognize Babo.
Oh, that's right.
That's
Coming
right.
in the door,
That's
that was
right.
my natural 20.
Well, to recognize Babo Three Fingers in a crowded room full of, dozens and dozens of people.
Well, we know
Rose really
99% of the time my perception is much higher when I'm not paying attention.
Yeah, when you're actually not looking. Yeah, that's so weird. Okay, thank you, 5th edition, for that little gem. Okay, so to recap what's going on, the adventuring party has been investigating what started out to be murders or disappearances and turned out to be murders, and they have uncovered a plot of chaos cultists who are planning something huge, and they apparently have started by manipulating a natural beast into a killing machine, and they've set it loose on Watonga Mining Complex. The characters took care of that little problem after lots of blood, sweat, and tears. but they've managed to vanquish the beast. They've uncovered some evidence that a person named Saris is integral to the plot, the chaos plot. And so they have met with her and questioned her with limited, or I should say, with mixed success. They didn't actually uncover anything about her that would indicate that she was a knowing member of the chaos plot. But they did uncover a few things, and they have been following her, hoping that she will lead them to the guilty parties. In the meantime, it's the fourth Era Day of the Butter Moon at Watonga Mining Complex, which doesn't mean much most of the time, but this particular fourth Era Day, a group of camp followers has come into town. They're entertainers and singer-songwriters and jugglers and up-close magicians, and there are a few masseuses and other ne'er-do-wells in the party. On top of that, Pippi Stardust, an aspiring minstrel from Arragas, the City of Dreams, has come out to Watonga's mining complex in order to do a show for the miners and a show for the Millipole soldiers that are stationed at Watonga. Her show was a rousing success, a little too rousing, as it turns out. She almost started a riot in the Veiny Shaft, the main tavern that is owned by Grim Grom, a dwarven retired miner. During the concert, which Saris, the young woman that they were following, was in attendance, Bebo Three Fingers came in, chided the adventurers again because they're supposed to be headed back to Arragas, and instead they're sort of hanging out at a dumb concert. But as soon as he got an eyeful of Pippi Stardust, he sort of forgot what he was saying and became enamored with her singing voice. And he made comments about her being an angel and about being amazing, and so it would seem that Pippi Stardust has earned an instant fan out of Bebo Three Fingers. Unfortunately, during all of the commotion with the song and the smashing of cups and plates and hootin' and hollerin', Saris has left the concert, and the adventurers did not notice that she had gone. Bebo, however, did notice that she had gone. Nobody has yet asked him how he noticed that she was gone. I think they're just assuming that Bebo has ingratiated himself with all of the masseuses and other persons who touch your body for money. And the party was about to acquit themselves of the concert and make chase, and that's where we ended last week's episode. So we will start this week's episode by saying, Pippi, you're in mid-song. You're bringing everybody back up with some comedic songs, right? You want to leave everybody on kind of a high note. Your song "I Bequeath to the Taco Thief" was amazing, and everyone loved it. And they're actually people are buying rounds of Grim Grom's Tiny Tacos, in addition to rounds of beer. But you notice from the stage that your compatriots are all in their own way muscling their way towards the door, and they look to be a little aggravated, maybe a little anxious about something, and they have stopped paying attention to you, Pippi, and they are making an exit. You could go with them if you like, but that will necessitate you ending the set short and leaving before your scheduled time is over, which means you'd be skipping out on getting paid on Grim Grom's payment. So you can go with them, or you can finish your set, maybe finish it a little short, get paid, switch clothes into something a little more appropriate for adventuring, and then meet up with the party, or how do you want to handle this?
I think I'll do the latter.
You do the latter. All right.
Yeah.
So you're gonna finish up. You're gonna get your monies.
graceful exit.
Okay. So you're gonna finish up. Are you gonna finish up your set, or just finish up the current song and then make your excuses?
Probably. Let's see. How long's the set?
You probably have 3 more songs scheduled
Oh.
for this phase of your set.
Yeah.
Plus encores, plus curtain call, plus if anyone's going to be throwing roses, you had a little plan for demurely accepting all the flowers. I don't know if you were planning on staying after to sign autographs or to tell everyone about your next upcoming show. What was your game plan for the end of the night? Were you gonna? I mean.
Yeah, let's see. I really want to finish up the set.
The Rose of Orleans is a 20-minute song. So, yeah, it is a lengthy ballad.
We're past that.
No.
Okay?
Yeah, he already nailed.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
sorry.
right.
She already nailed the Rose of Orleans.
Is that how I missed Saris as I was crying?
Everyone was crying.
Was that
I mean,
everyone was crying?
I don't think there was a dry eye
You're
in the
kind of-
house. I mean, the song is arguably about your family and a battle that your family was part of, but it was a famous battle,
Right.
tens of years ago, and people like it's a known ditty, right?
That's what I'm
it's
talking
it's
about.
kind of one of those things that they play at the holidays to remember their loved ones who've been lost to any battle. It has been largely appropriated for the anniversary of the Battle of the Boneyard, which of course you don't mind.
It's a good song.
It is a good song, yeah.
Fresh and alive in people's minds.
I'll probably do another song, but then use that as my exit. But I'll announce that that's my final.
Okay, all right.
And
Okay,
we'll
all right.
go from there.
So you guys are gonna hustle out. What are you telling Babo? Actually, hold on.
Wait, is his name Babo or Babo?
It's Babo, Babo, or Babo.
I
It's
feel
like
like
shaman,
it's
shaman,
changing.
shaman.
Okay, got
Yeah. He pretty much answers to all 3.
it. Okay.
What would
I don't
be
care. I
easier
was
for
just-
Kethra?
I was just.
We've been
Why-
saying that.
I mean, there's a regional dialect,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
All right,
Yeah.
Babo. So Babo, 3 fingers. You don't have to say anything to him.
Right.
His face is literally glued
I
to
don't.
everything that Pippi is singing right now. Like
Honestly, he seems to get around by himself just fine.
yeah, he's oddly accomplished at moving through the campgrounds, right?
People seem to be okay with him no matter where he is.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you guys move past Babo
Babo.
and head to the door. It only takes you a few seconds of jostling and shoving. Most people sort of resist until they realize that you're trying to leave, and that means that they get a little closer to the stage, and so they let you through, and then they kind of shimmy into the vacant spaces that you guys are leaving. So
Yeah, people. I easily shove people aside, most likely. I mean,
yeah, but they get what I mean is they get angry about it.
that's fine.
Until they see that you're leaving, and then they're like, "Oh, pardon me," and then they shimmy up to get closer to the stage.
I'm a hefty boy.
Yes, your strength is
I have high strength.
is largely legendary among everyone you've shoved
We're throwing rocks at.
or thrown around. Well, actually, that's more hand-eye coordination. That's some pretty.
My dex, if I had to quantify it in number, is 11. Not 20.
Anyway, all right. Okay.
Yeah, but it makes them turn around and sort of piss themselves when they see you and your plate mail.
Yeah, they turn around to say something, and then you're just like, and they're like, "Oh, pardon
It's
me."
nice. It's nice. I'm not sure if I have like nipples carved into the breastplate, but I like to think
Like
so.
the Roman
The
centurion
Roman
style
centurions?
Could be just
breastplates.
not.
Yeah.
We'll figure that out later.
You might have that.
Ceremonial.
Kethra's father is a good armor smith in his own right. I bet he could add like carved nipples to
What
her.
would
Like a
Kethra's
little
father
wooden
say to her?
Like, yeah.
Like solidly.
Yeah.
I need photorealism.
Little wooden nipples.
Well, it's something we can discuss when we get back to Arragas.
What would your
for sure.
father
Let's
say
push
to
out
a
the
request for
Yeah.
Alright,
you
we're
guys-
going out the
arm
door.
nipples?
I mean, I'm sure if you paid him, he'd probably do it.
Yeah.
You know, I
Yeah,
mean,
I mean,
No,
it's-
he doesn't ask
he doesn't-
questions. He just
There
takes
are a
care
lot of
jobs.
nobles who've ordered weirder stuff.
Yeah, I'm
if
sure.
if we're being honest, like there's people put all kinds of weird stuff on their
And you're
armor.
a
Armored
paladin.
cod piece.
Yes. All right. So you get outside. Everyone make a perception check for me. This is going to be a sight-based. You're still an elf, right? Yeah. Okay.
Okay, first roll of the night. Roll the
Yeah.
die.
First roll of the night. Everybody roll perception for me.
I cast
Sorry.
about.
The exception of me, I imagine.
I cast
Oh,
about
my
relatively
animals.
adeptly.
17.
A 17, good, that's a good roll.
18.
Ooh, slightly better.
Oh my
What's
You
this
see
one?
where
Hot
Macaria is looking, and you look in that direction harder.
Nice. Just slightly
Stronger.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Natural 20.
Took the rat out.
Your keen elven eyesight.
All right.
I
Yeah.
got a 22,
You guys.
but not a natural 20.
Oh,
like, I
and
got a
a
22.
natural
dirty
20.
22.
Dirty
Is-
20, say it right.
25.
No, is it dirty?
Actually,
It's dirty 22.
You gotta have a cigar.
Dirty
Okay.
22.
So Macaria, you notice some people leaving by the southern postern gate, right? So from the entrance of the shaft,
Okay.
the eastern gate is that main gate that everybody comes in and out of when they're going along the Watonga Road back and forth to Arragas. Okay, the southern postern gate is just like a little gate where they let soldiers out or they let a few people out or whatever. It's not built to allow wagons or horses or anything else. I mean, not. I guess you could pull a horse through there, but you'd have to dismount. Right? It's like a regular sized door. And as you go, you point, and as you get ready to say, "Look." Arister points just a little bit farther, and he's all, "Look," and then Kethra's like, "Look," and then Liliana's like, "Behold!"
Yeah.
Pew pew. Right?
Keen elven eyesight
Yeah.
once again.
Anyway, you guys all see the same thing, which is some people leaving by the postern gate.
I think I probably don't say behold. I just start skipping.
Skipping away.
They're like looking around and I'm
Yeah.
just like skipping.
By the time you guys are finished pointing and saying, "Look," Liliana's already on her way in that direction. All right. So you guys
hustle on after.
Yeah, you guys trot off. I have a very important question for you, Arister. What are you going to do about Ardent Stride?
Am I leaving the town?
You don't see anybody moving around.
How close is the stables from here?
Back up the way. It would probably take you 3 minutes to get up there, and half that time to ride Ardent Stride across the entire Watonga Mining Complex.
Could he hear me whistle?
Sure. Roll.
Is this
is
Zelda?
there-
Wait, are there
Yeah,
no
roll
This,
iron
this
handling.
is Zelda
Do
inspired.
we even have animal handling? Yeah,
we
roll
do.
animal handling, which is a wisdom check.
Oh no!
Come on, buddy.
Ugh.
Critical
Oh, this is all night.
It pierces the night.
I summon you!
Yeah.
Ardent Stride to my side!
So is it like a? Or is it more like a?
Loud,
Oh yeah, like
chewy
a
whistles.
super like the one
Yeah.
of those. So every horse hears it. basically.
Yeah, but
So
Ardent
it's
Stride.
like,
you
we
can
all
tell-
have
You can tell
horses.
my whistle from
Yeah.
other whistles.
So yeah,
Who
so
knows?
up at the stables. I mean, you don't have any way to know this, obviously, but up at the
I sense
stables,
it.
Ardent
sense it.
Stride puts down his teacup. And he's like, "Gentlemen, pardon me."
Kicks down the stable
Yeah,
door.
and he runs and he rides out. Okay.
What
So
a
you
badass.
you can see you were the one that whistled. He's just responding. He's just doing
Hey.
what he's told.
I'm not taking credit for something the horse is doing.
Yeah, your horse is incredibly
He's
intelligent.
independent fellow.
All right, so your horse begins galloping towards you. Are you guys going to start hustling towards the postern gate, and then when Ardent Stride gets by, you're going to do one of those things where you kick twice and swing
Yep.
up to the saddle? And
Yep, I'm gonna
Okay.
jump straight into the saddle with my 11 dexterity. If I had to put in number qualification.
We'll make it roll it.
all right, so you guys begin hustling as quickly as you can towards the postern gate. Okay, Ardent Stride approaches. Arister,
I'm gonna
You-
try it.
you ready your hand to grip
Right.
the saddle horn. Go ahead. So it's going to be, I'm going to go with athletics on this one.
Athletics. I am not terrible at athletics.
Yeah, athletics, because you're trying to basically climb and jump at the same
That's okay.
I
time.
got a dirty 20.
Okay.
That's
Oh
so
my
bad.
God.
Hey.
I need to ask for all kinds of
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
So
That
burn all these 20s
makes- yeah,
before
like we
get out
need
of
these
combat.
20s for fighting, and I feel
Yeah.
like
I think as soon as we started calling it a dirty 20, like somehow luck.
It's magical. Yeah, it's like summoning more dirty 20s. Because they need a place to hang out without being judged. And this is a judgment-free zone for dirty 20s.
I'll take a dirty 20. I don't
Okay.
care.
All right, so you've done it before.
You do a
Swoop
backflip.
onto the
Yeah, you,
saddle.
like you grab the saddle horn, you kick your foot up, you jump up and kick your foot perfectly into the stirrup and just swing right up into the
I,
horse and you gallop on ahead.
does anybody in my party notice?
Oh yeah, they all saw it. Yeah,
Okay, sweet.
But I
They
pretend
all-
not to.
they bluff check. That was amazing, Vicario. Bluff check.
Oh,
You're like, oh.
for,
I mean, nothing.
for those not familiar with D&D and how it usually goes, shit like this never works.
Yeah, yeah. Whenever the PCs want to do something that actually thematically cool, the dice always turn against them. So I'm really proud
That's
of
what,
my
deception?
players.
Yeah.
Yeah, deception.
I got an 8.
All right.
I noticed you notice.
Yeah. So you're all, oh, and then when he looks at you, you're like, oh, look at the nice weather we're having, and Arister's like, sure.
I noticed, but I truly don't care. I'm
Yeah.
looking at Arden Stride like, are you okay with this?
Yeah,
Don't
he's smiling.
don't get
You've never
crushed
seen a
by
horse
the
smile before.
I'm
and
like,
he's smiling.
okay.
Me and the horse are both chased.
Okay, so you
Turned into a horse.
You do take him into battle and get him cut up by rhino dogs.
He
I'm a little
is
concerned for his
He's a
welfare.
soldier. Okay. Okay, we have Broco.
Domesticating the wild out of him.
Okay.
We continue on.
I'm judging you.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
all right.
He was just so easily domesticated.
He's alright for now.
You guys start. So are you galloping ahead of the party?
Oh yeah.
Okay, all right.
Got
So
to.
so Arister makes no bones about leaving you guys behind. You guys are you guys gonna sprint or are you guys just light jog? What are you doing?
I would sprint because he's going faster than me.
Did we rest?
No, there has not
Light
been time to
horse.
rest.
Not even
I won't ride a
rest?
horse.
Uh-uh. No, you guys.
What about
More
basically
time.
were investigating all day and then went to the concert
what about like a hippogriff?
and drank
I
and
will
smashed
not-
things against the ground.
Ride it.
Mount anything?
No.
Oh.
I have reasons.
Here, what?
Let's see.
Are you guys shouting this across
Yes.
to each other as you ride? And
Yeah.
That's weird. It's weird.
I'm just
yeah.
really. I
Sorry.
don't know if this is a
Yeah,
military
it's-
thing.
yeah,
I'm really
it's-
confused by all
We're
of it.
communicating
Clearly-
in military hand signal.
Okay.
It's clearly.
I'm still skipping.
We gallop
Faster
up.
than most of you. 'Cause I
All
know
right,
faster than
so
most of you.
all right, so you guys move on ahead. It takes you probably 4 minutes or so to get down to the postern gate. When you get there, you notice, especially you'll arrive probably a full minute before they do. You notice that there aren't any guards at the postern gate, and that's a huge no-no. There should be at least somebody watching to make sure nobody leaves or comes or goes without signing the book. Also, Sylvester Gonish doesn't come down to the postern gate. It's supposed to be closed after dark. So he's presumably up at his office and watching the front gate, or I should say the eastern gate, which is effectively the front gate. You're gonna have to dismount to get through the postern gate.
Okay, I probably won't dismount as coolly as I mounted, but I will dismount.
Okay, so you get down, you open the postern gate. It swings freely. It swings freely. It swings freely. You go out into the darkness.
Is he ahead of us?
Yeah, you guys actually are watching him go through the gate. He's ahead of you by about a minute at this point. Okay, you see him go through the gate. When you get outside, so the postern gate has a tiny path that looks like it meanders off towards what will eventually be the sea. I mean, you can see the ocean in the distance, but the path disappears over the horizon before you get to the. I guess it doesn't disappear if you can see the ocean.
Okay.
My point is, it's too dark. Okay.
Yeah, once I get
There's
up
also
there,
another
I'll
path
get
that
there.
circles around south of the Watonga Mining Complex southern wall and heads presumably towards Arragas and will eventually meet up with Watonga. So
where's
it's
the
just
first path lead?
down south towards the ocean. About 15 yards or so away from you, you spot a form crouching or slumped in the bushes. You cannot tell which.
I see. Is it moving?
It is not moving.
Okay. Is it like if my comrades show up, will they be able to see me from the gate?
Yeah,
Okay.
you're wearing super shiny armor and the moon's
That's right.
fairly full.
Okay. I will approach.
Okay, so without
Body.
mounting. Okay. All right, so you get over there, and it is indeed a slumped figure laying in the bushes. His cloak is covering most of his features, and you cannot tell who it is.
I'm going to. It's not moving at all.
Mm-mm.
I'm going to draw my sword and pull the hood up.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask this fellow.
You see curly blonde locks stained with blood. The blood appears to be freshly flowing as well. So
I
he
see.
has sustained some sort of a head wound, and he hasn't been dead much longer than a couple minutes.
Okay, so I can tell this person's past.
Oh yeah, he's dead.
Okay. And do I recognize this person's
You
face?
do.
Who is it?
As the others come out the postern gate, you realize that it's Daravan, the really muscly, good-looking miner who was Saris's part-time boyfriend. Everyone comes trotting up, slightly out of breath, except for Liliana, who doesn't. She just seems to be breathing. She's controlling her breathing, like in through the nose, out through the mouth, kind of thing.
It's nice. It's good. It's good skill.
Are you gonna cover Daravan's face, or are you gonna? No, you don't care.
I don't understand that there's a thing there.
Oh, I guess that's true. Yeah,
that's
you
not-
guys haven't really talked about that in
nobody's
front of
communicated
Arister
that
yet.
to me.
Yeah, okay. All right.
I would like to do a perception check.
Sure. I'll have Kethra and Liliana both do perception checks to see if they immediately recognize Daravan. Makaria,
Well, I
you-
want to look around. I mean,
You could check for signs
Look
of
for
life.
running
it's
You don't
a
see
human
flashing up his
dude.
face.
You don't
He's
see who it is.
human build.
That landed
Hey.
here on this
Hey.
side.
Hey, you.
The point.
Okay, maybe he's distracting me. I don't know.
Dude.
Oh.
I'm being
Are you
super.
okay?
It's cool.
you don't notice?
Oh, I got a 1.
Oh, okay.
So it's not just I don't notice.
All right. So
I yell, it's Derb.
I get it too.
How distracting can that be?
Maybe
I-
I'm really concerned about you, and I'm not looking around
Okay.
anymore for traps.
we'll say that you, while you didn't
Bushes
try
and
to
distractions.
cover his face, just when you released his hood from the tip of your sword, it fell in such a way that these two. Did you roll perception?
Oh, no,
Do
was
you
I
care?
supposed
I don't know. Do you care who's there? It's his dead body.
I mean, yes, I would care.
I wasn't
Okay.
trying to.
Well, Liliana and Kethra
19.
both look at the dead body and go, "Ugh, how unfortunate."
No,
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that. I spare the dying. Can I use that on this body, or is that not a
You
thing?
would know that he is already
He dead.
gone.
Oh, okay.
Like he's not dying. He spent all his dying a few minutes ago.
Okay.
Do you have Spare the Dead?
I don't. I have
Yeah.
raised the dead though. There's a thing where
Yeah.
I can do that.
No, I don't
Memorize
think
that
you
one
do.
next time.
Yeah,
No,
I don't
that's
think
fine.
you do.
There's a. Or no,
Okay,
it's
so
against undead.
you
It's
can
against
tell
undead.
by
going on
the
with that?
eight-pack stomach
priestess
under
is-
the loose shirt. You know who it is.
Crazy.
immediately. You didn't have a thing for him, but you tend to notice people who would make good pit fighters, and you were just like, oh, Daravan, that's a damn shame. I was looking forward to competing you instantly.
I would
Yeah,
try to
so-
cover him up so Kethra didn't get upset.
Okay, so you go over and actually cover his face the rest of the way, and okay. All right, so you do notice also, while everyone is sort of looking at the body and wondering where to go next, there appears to be some wagon tracks in the grass. So it looks like somebody had a wagon here and they met up with whoever it was that was escaping out of the postern gate. And if you look in the distance, you can actually see a group of people moving away from you towards the east, towards Arragas.
Well, that's convenient. Real quick, though, I'm going to look at the body. Are there any tiny dagger wounds?
It looks like he was stabbed in the stomach with a blade. You can't tell if it was a short sword or a dagger because it's basically straight in and straight out again.
Yeah.
But he was also struck very viciously on the head. And that's probably what either did him in or knocked him unconscious. I think you think the stab might have just been a distraction, or maybe the initial I stab you while the guy who's going to kill you is actually behind you.
I cast about and say, comrades, hark in the distance.
What?
Look over there. Direct thine gaze.
Direct my gaze. Okay.
Are you talking about the people down there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So
Elves do not understand my classy paladin dialect.
you guys have been running for a few minutes, solid. Do you guys wish to continue running, or are you going to hustle? Are you going to just get on
just
Arden's
gonna get on
stride
my
and
horse.
ride and just go? Okay.
Get on my horse and ride.
Are you going to take anyone with you?
I am probably
Would
not
anyone like?
doing well.
I just stick
I've
my
been
hand out and see
drinking.
who takes it.
Oh, I'm gonna try and jump for it. I need
Do
to
it,
know.
do it.
I like barely made that 3-minute run.
I'm gonna pull you up.
Okay, all right. So we'll go ahead and have Kethra Sogard do an acrobatics check. Actually, we'll do an athletics check. But since you're so drunk,
Well, I'm not drunk. I had a couple cups of coffee.
Sure, I can tell you're not drunk. Yeah, you're totally sober. Yeah.
I had a couple
What is it?
cups of coffee.
I'm going to give you a disadvantage, but since Arister is helping you by clutching your 42-pound form and just hurling you onto his horse like a sack of potatoes, he'll give you advantage, so it'll just cancel out to a regular athletics roll.
Okay, alright, that's fair. I guess. Where's my athletics?
It should be up by your strength.
Ooh, okay. Hold on. Flat 10? I got a 9.
All right. You try to get your leg over Ardent's stride and miss.
Ow.
You sort of knee him in the flank.
Oh, poor
Right? He doesn't notice. you're not hitting him with any real force. Arister, for his part, basically assumed that you knew what to do, so he grabbed you and sort of hurled you. So now you're laying across Arden's haunches like a rug or maybe a dead body or something, and he does not wait for you to right yourself.
I'll loop my hand around her belt and it'll be fine. And then
Yeah,
I
you
take it
clutch
right
Like
now.
a drunkard.
He's like a drunk, yeah, you clutch on. He takes off running. Arden's stride takes off running. I'll have you make an acrobatics check to right yourself. If you fail the acrobatics check by 5 or more, you will fall off of the back of Arden's stride into the grass.
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
No, this will not be fun.
Dirty 20. Let me guess. You rolled a 1. Okay. All right.
These roads are not paved.
Yeah. All right. So
Okay, my dice
you
are
say something like,
We're gonna be
"Whoa,"
laughing.
or "wait," or "hey,"
Hey, buddy!
and Arden Stride. Well, the first thing that you notice about Arden Stride is he's a very powerful horse, and somehow he is running so fast that he's running faster than you are existing, and so you're just sliding slowly off of his back. And you reach over to grab Arister's belt. And you realize that it's just an intricately carved belt in the plate mail. It's not real. And you're like, ah, and you fall off.
Okay.
Arister doesn't notice.
Yeah, okay.
You tumble to a halt. Everybody catches up to you.
Okay, stand up.
No one's laughing though. I don't think.
I'm laughing.
Okay.
We're all laughing.
Everyone's laughing.
They're laughing.
Yeah, everyone's laughing. All right, Arister,
I don't laugh.
you drive on ahead. Yeah, you assume that she's on there somewhere. Right.
Right.
She's holding on or she's doing something.
I've got a mission to fulfill.
Right, and you begin tearing off towards the group of people who are walking with and driving.
Do they
a
appear to be
wagon.
like hustling?
They look like they're moving with a purpose. Fortunately for you, and unfortunately for them, their cart is led by oxen, so they're not.
They're not speed.
They're not. Yeah, they're not sprinting in it by any means. They're just kind of hustling along.
Okay. Fair
Okay.
How far are they?
They're 2 to 3 minutes ahead of you, so you see them off in the distance as a basically a shape moving along the
Okay,
ground.
guys, we should follow him, but when we get close, let's go around the sides to make sure they don't see us, so we can back them up.
Yeah, I'm gonna ride, like, when I get close, I'm gonna ride ahead of it. Like, I'm just gonna go all the way around it, ride ahead of it, and turn around and face them.
Okay. All right.
Could have discussed that first, but okay.
Pippi, he did. He did. That's his. Yeah. That means I'm riding on ahead. Catch up when you
You
can.
should know Aristotle.
I get what you're
Which is
thinking.
what Arister does all the
Yeah.
time.
You guys could have bought horses. I remember this discussion.
I am a horse.
I have no money.
I can be a horse.
Well,
All of my
If I
money
had
was
breasts,
dispersed
that's okay.
between all the bars.
Not right now.
Yeah, I'm noticing my drinking habits are starting to really hurt my level of experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's starting to hurt.
Uh,
Alright.
Rock bottom, the Kethra Sogard story. So,
So
I
here
fell
I
off
am.
a horse
Right.
and literally hit rock bottom of the ground.
We follow behind, staying
Right.
out of
So you-
sight.
So you guys are moving as quickly, as expediently as possible without just all out sprinting and screaming and hooting and hollering. You're trying to move up without really being noticed. That'll probably work because Arister is going to draw a lot of attention when he gets close and or rides past them. Okay. Pippi, you finish your song.
All right.
Everybody, you're like, that was my last one. And some people are booing and some people are cheering, and you look over and Babbo is like, one more song, one more song, one more song, and people are starting to chant that with him, and eventually it gets to the point where almost the whole bar is chanting for one more song.
Well, all right then. Who am I to deny my fans?
Yeah. All right, so you're gonna watch.
Well, let's all remember why we're here tonight. It's those brave soldiers over there at
Woo! Yeah, there's like
Fort Prussia.
There's like 12 guys just interspersed, like, yeah, woo, Liverpool.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I guess I'll sing this. So what? Can I scan the crowd, see what they're in the mood for? Maybe a dance or?
Sure. Go ahead and make a perception check. Are you going to try to get them to dance?
Well, I don't quite know what to.
Well, you remember you got them dancing a little bit with your first song or with your first set. Remember that some of them even got on the stage and they were all stomping in unison and banging their cups on the table in unison.
It's only 20 minutes.
You
Let's
already
see.
played it.
They want to hear it again.
12 perception.
Okay, they could probably stand to dance.
Okay.
They could probably stand it.
All right. Well, I'll go with this. Imagine your fire. It's a commoner dance
Oh.
for simple folk.
Babe was like, yeah, simple folk.
Oh no!
Yeah, did you wink at him? Did you wink at
I winked at my fans, fan wise.
Looking in the direction of every
but
man in
Babbo was
there.
like right in the middle.
Well, it was the
Every
middle
man in
pool.
there.
Like, woo,
Okay, so
get down.
not Babbo.
Totally winked at me.
Every man in there thinks that she winked at them.
Yeah.
Sure.
Not Grimgrum.
If I was aiming at the middle pool, and a three-fingered gentleman happened to meander into the way of my gaze, some could misinterpret that as a wink to the gentleman in question.
I hate when people get in the way of my gaze.
Yeah, alright. So Bebo sees you wink at the Millipole guys, and you watch him, like, push his way through so he can go stand by the Millipole guys. Alright? Okay, so you start your next song. Okay. Kethra and Makaria, I'm gonna say that you guys, since you guys are drunk, you need to make perception checks.
I had 2 cups of coffee.
I rolled
Dwarven
wonderfully
coffee.
when that comes to
Which is now public beverage.
That's a 20!
Oh my god.
Yeah! Hooray for the drunkards.
Man, when we get
No,
to that,
I
it's
got
gonna be bad.
I don't think.
Man, we're
This
not
is-
bring drugs.
Okay, let's roll.
It's Melman.
Hey!
Uh,
What is it? Perception?
21.
Yep.
2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, I got a 22.
Is
Oh.
dirty 20?
Okay,
It's
Do I
dirty.
roll?
so you guys, no, you're gonna know this.
Okay.
They need to roll to see if they notice. You notice right away. Okay.
Okay.
So you hear clop, 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 and some squeaky wheels coming from behind you, and you turn around, and you see Makaria and Kethra basically leaning on each other while they run to keep each other running straight. They're not need a rest. They just need to keep from doing this while they run. Oh man, I'm gonna have a good time with this. All right, and behind them, you see a man in a small wagon, like just a 2-wheeled cart sort of thing, that's being pulled by a mule, and you recognize him as Weenegg, aspiring paladin of Grimnir, and he is riding towards the 3 of you.
No.
You notice as he's pulling up. You notice also as he's pulling up. She noticed like 20 seconds ago. She kept looking behind.
Does
and
he
you guys.
see us?
Oh yeah, he's riding along. Yeah. He's riding along. He sees you guys running along, and he pulls up. Kethra,
Well, hi, buddy. Hey, I thought you'd left. Didn't you?
I was gonna leave, but I decided that walking all the way back to Arragas was a fool's errand, and that a true paladin needs a mount, but I couldn't afford a mount. So I did a couple odd jobs, and I got this mule and this cart. But fortune is smiling on me because it looks like I may be able to repay the kindness you've shown me. Can I offer the 3 of you a ride?
Oh, yes! That would be so great.
Hop in.
I insight check.
Sure.
I don't trust him.
You don't trust Weenegg?
No, he's got a really bad haircut.
That's going to grow out. He sees you looking at his bald.
15.
He seems to be legitimately offering you a ride. He's still got the black smeared on his hand. You see he's still got the black smeared on his hand. He's still wearing that leather apron. And the carpenter's mallet is like posted on the seat next to him.
Okay.
But he's like, he's
Alright.
running his little mule cart.
How fast can a mule cart go?
Well, faster than a person. And
Are
also,
you sure?
Are you
Faster than a drunk person?
Are you asking Weenegg?
No, I'm saying, do I know how fast this mule can take us?
If you, yeah, he's a mule. If he starts trotting, he'll be able to outpace you easily.
Okay.
Unless
alright.
you can change into something faster.
I can't.
Okay.
I need an hour of like chillaxing.
Don't we all?
He says, well, what is it, elf maid? In or out?
Fine.
Are you in or are you out?
You might want to like take us up to the people ahead, drop us off, and then get out of here. Cause did you not notice like the dead guy by the gate back there?
He looks back and then he looks back at you and he's like, a paladin of Grimnir doesn't need instruction on how to drive a mule.
You're not
Are you?
That people.
I elbow Makaria. Like, shh.
He says you got 2 seconds to get in this cart.
We're getting in.
All right, and then
Okay, huzzah!
and the cart takes off. Okay.
When we get close, I'm gonna jump out of the cart and sneak off into the bushes.
Okay. All right, so that happens. All right, Arister, you're closing the distance fairly quickly.
Okay.
Rosie?
Even though I have all this extra weight on my horse.
You look back and notice that there is no longer any extra weight on your horse. You do not know when the extra weight fell away from your horse.
I'm gonna file that into things to worry about later.
Yeah. Maybe I should put a buckle or something on the back of my saddle.
Maybe you
People
should
can
need
clip
maybe a
in.
handle.
Yeah, people can clip in. You do notice, however, that the group ahead of you has noticed you.
Okay.
But they don't appear to be changing course or, responding in any way other than people who are traveling in the same direction as you.
Looks like they're getting ridden down.
Okay. You're at full gallop, like.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So as you get closer, go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay, come on, buddy. 19.
Okay, very good.
Nice.
All right. So from what you can make out, the cart or the wagon has 4 wheels. It's loaded with some crates or some goods or something. So it's not like a pile, right? So it's not like a bunch of loose hay or anything like that. Like
Right.
it's actual squared off, and you can see that it's like crates or
It's
boxes
like
or
a
something.
full-size transport type of wagon.
Yeah. There are about 8 to a dozen people walking / trotting around the wagon itself. You can't see who is driving the wagon.
Do they have any like lights or lanterns? Or
That they are not carrying any lights.
that seems very suspicious.
It sure does. You're not carrying any lights.
How bright is my moonstone
In the moonlight,
in the moonlight?
you can see. You could probably read by it if you held it. Like is the moonstone around your neck? Where is it?
I have them.
Okay, yeah. So I want to say that it's not bright enough to shed light outward, but when when you pull one out into the direct moonlight, like you could probably hold a book out and read by it.
Okay.
Like
Got it.
it's bright enough to sort of illuminate everything within your immediate vicinity.
Cool.
You could also see it if it were on somebody else, if they were far away, like especially if it's super dark, it would be like a pinpoint of light. Like you'd actually be able to see it reflecting off of the moon, or the moon reflecting off of it. Okay, so you continue to ride like the wind.
Yep.
Weenegg gets his mule going, and the mule starts like really sort of plugging along, right? It's not like a full gallop, but it's a fast trot. It's like a fast trot. I don't even know. I mean, he grew up around
A
this.
canter.
Yeah, there we go. A canter. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a canter. You guys are riding in the back with a couple of what looks like leftover pelts, like the kind you wouldn't necessarily buy, and like a bag of oats, and Weenegg's old robes are in there. Because he's wearing his new paladin getup now. So, but anyway, he says he gives you guys an encouraging word. He says, "We're catching up. We'll be on them shortly." You guys look. Yeah, you guys look and see that you're still probably a little bit away. Probably a full minute away. When do you guys want to bail out? Like when you're within 100 yards or 200 yards, or how do you want to? The area around you is mostly flat grasslands, but it's got patchy, like sort of copses of trees and like groves of bushes and things. So it's not just like open prairie, right? It's not just like there's like little patches of foliage and vegetation all over the place. So you guys could sort of hip hop if you wanted to between the like cover and running across like open stretch of land. I guess what I really need to ask is what level of subterfuge are you guys going to use to approach the caravan when you get to it? Are you guys trying to sneak around to flank, or are you just trying to approach without being seen?
I thought we were sneaking. I thought the plan was sneak around and flank.
That
That was
Yeah.
the plan.
Okay,
So that's
okay.
what I would be going with.
Okay, all right, okay. Arister, you basically get upon them and ride right past them. They sort of shift out of the way. God. Okay, thank you. They sort of shift out of the way to give you right away.
Okay.
And you ride right past them.
Right.
You think one of them hailed you, but then realized that you were
Right.
that you were going on. You had your own agenda and your own mission, and so they just sort of let it fall off. How far ahead of them are you going to get before you wheel around and stop in the road?
A decent, like I still want them to be able to see me, not necessarily shouting distance, but I want to be a good ways away so that when they slow down, they realize that I'm not gonna move, that these people will all have a chance to catch up.
Okay, great. Okay.
I also want to light my lantern, which I have.
Okay. All right. So you get up ahead, probably 50 yards or so. You pull Ardent Stride around to a stop. You pull out a lantern. You light it. Are you going to stay atop him?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Are you going to hold? What are you going to do with the lantern when you? Because I'm assuming you're going to try to use a lance at some point.
Yeah, I'm gonna put. Actually, does Arden Stride have my lance on him?
Yeah, I'm going to say that Ardent
He
Stride.
happened to be fully kitted out.
Well, he wasn't fully kitted out, but they hadn't taken it off yet because they didn't know how to unbuckle it.
I'm gonna.
I
So-
paid that kid extra.
Yeah. Also, now that you're thinking about it, you look at the tip of your lance and you see there's a little ding where it banged against the ceiling of the barn.
Of course.
Arden's trying in.
This is what happens. This is what happens.
All right. So you set the lantern and then
I set the lantern. I'm gonna put it on the ground behind me. I guess.
Okay.
So I'm gonna tip it over.
Can I talk to them before we hop out of the wagon?
talk to your compatriots.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
So right before we are getting ready to hop out of the wagon, I'm going to be like, okay guys, don't screw this up. And I cast guidance on both of you. And I like push you to the left and push you to the right. And then,
Roll out.
Roll out. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
so
Okay.
Literally roll out.
So, all right. So
Yeah,
you
me
guys
too.
now have guidance.
Like, ooh, this is
For
I
the
love
next
sneaking.
minute.
Yes, where's my
okay.
room?
The fantasy version.
Okay, so Weenig sees you casting guidance on them. Like he looks back and sees the glow from your magic or whatever, and then you don't touch him, and then he's like, "Little help."
Okay.
Does he feel guided?
Yeah.
He does have guidance on him?
Sure.
Okay, great. All right.
I mean, it
She
doesn't
passes
cost me
half
anything.
Wait. Weenig, don't. Before I roll out, I'm gonna be like, Weenig, listen, buddy, hang back on this one, okay? You haven't been trained yet. Let's not. There might be a battle that's about to take place, and I
Battle.
just want you to stay safe.
It's
buddy.
how Grimnir's paladins
No.
are born.
And especially
Yeah!
You misheard. We're having a really boring conversation with a bunch of
It's girl
taxmen up ahead.
He, as his mule takes off into a canter again, you see Weenig stand up in the seat
Oh
board,
no, Weenig, you're gonna get
and
yourself
like he
killed.
braces his feet, and then he's like holding the reins, and then he picks up the carpenter's mallet, and he's trying to like hold it above his head while they.
Is he gonna roll acrobatics for that?
Huh? No, he's not gonna roll acrobatics for that.
He's not a touch.
But I want to see him fall.
Yeah. Do you want to see him fall? Because what if he nails it and you're so impressed that you can't bluff your way out of it?
I mean, I gave him guidance.
Sometimes that happens.
I mean, he's been
Avoid
practicing all
dying.
week,
It's
so.
true. All right, so let's go ahead and take our 10-minute break.
Okay.
So right now it's 8:54, so let's go till 9:05. 9:05, and then when we get back, we will get ready for the confrontation. The confrontation. Okay. And in the meantime, I will speak with our esteemed viewers, our super fans who've been with us for going on 3 weeks now, right? What do you guys think of the new overlay? That's I don't know if everybody heard earlier, but Camelot's got it nailed.
Oh, hey,
It
Duchess!
was Julie. It was Julie who did the overlay. It looks amazing. I'm super happy with it. Julie's very creative. I'm glad she's able to help me with things like this because I certainly can't.
What is going on over there?
Is that?
I pulled on Twitch and then it auto played.
Oh,
Wow.
it might be an ad. Yeah. I thought maybe it was Paladin of Give Me Pump Music.
Is there a Twitch premium I need to buy?
I don't know. Do you?
I don't know.
That's a really good question. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
Is the paladin about to drop the bass?
It could be.
Drop the blue.
I could make a pity song for that.
All right, let's see here. Let's put this like this. Arister,
Yo.
can I have Ardent Stride? You and Ardent Stride.
Yes.
I'd like to add him to the map if I can. Let's see if we can.
Indeed.
Let's see if we can get him. We'll put you right here at the beginning. Let's get you a little bit.
Oh man. My camera is like delaying.
Well, your camera's not delaying. Your feed is delaying.
My views.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Because on my computer everything's real time. I'm watching it real time.
That sounds like science to me.
So yeah. But remember, we're beaming this. We're Twitch casting this out into outer space, and then it's bouncing off of NASA satellites and stuff, and bouncing back to your phone.
Right next
So-
to it. If only they could just.
Up through the NSA intermediary, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Sure.
gotta
Yeah.
get that.
To make sure that we're not saying anything
The
inappropriate with our.
The
with our
NSA
Twitch
is
cast.
definitely responsible for my shitty internet service.
Yeah. Yep.
I could buy that.
Yep. Okay. So let's see here. We've got Weeneg, aspirant paladin of Grimnir, charging into battle. He's not making any noise. He's having a hard time balancing that mallet. It's pretty big. It's meant to be wielded two-handed.
Man, he's awesome.
Yeah. Hey, did you jump into chat so that I could moderator you?
I should be in there.
Did you do that already?
I mean, I should be in.
Let me look.
I'm
Let me
in.
look and see.
I'm logged in or whatever. If you want to open the window, right there. So that's not like.
I mean, I'm okay.
Are you?
Yeah,
Man, you're a monster too.
I know, right? These thermals are surprisingly versatile.
Huh?
I have about 7 thermal shirts.
Thermals are good.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. Nothing more comfortable than a thermal.
Yeah.
I was just made for them. How'd lifting go?
You guys know you're having this conversation during our Twitch cast, right?
Hey, Nation.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, don't say anything
Yeah.
that you'll regret later.
So don't brag about my bench press PR.
There you go.
Oh, here we go. Mod user.
There's
Bam.
no way I can. There's no way I can regret that. 345 butt for a double. If you
So you-
wanted to know.
Okay, so you're like one red max is gonna be higher than that.
Yup. I hope it's 355 or 360 on a pretty good day. That would be pretty baller.
No, not a seventh unknown cast member. So we're actually Twitch casting here in sunny Arragas, City of Dreams, at my friend Johnny's house. He has been very gracious enough to let us use one of his spare bedrooms, which is very comfortable and spacious. and fits all of my D&D junk, which is
We
a feat unto itself.
we refer to him as the Dungeon Master's master.
Yes, yeah, he's currently in frame over Steven's name, but his name is actually Johnny,
yeah.
and he, moving didn't help, yeah,
Mid-frame.
yeah, and he
Is
has
pretty
definitely, he has definitely been one of my most staunch supporters and has helped me in ways that I can't even begin to pay back with getting this Twitch game off the ground when we did.
But you guys can.
Yeah, Johnny is also much more well versed in Twitch than I am, so he knows.
Twitchology.
Yeah. Ooh, DMM. Ooh, DMM. That's good. That's good, Duchess. I'm gonna try to use that.
This is a bad idea.
I'll try to use that.
How's the wig treating you? It's a little itchy.
Yeah, he's an evil wizard, and he's not evil. He is a wizard, that's for sure. Like right now, he's in the room but totally invisible to you all.
Oh, yeah.
That's the magic of
yeah.
television, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen.
magic television. Don't even have to.
It's off camera.
Don't even have to sweat it.
Benjamin, can I
But yeah,
use that charger?
Want me
Yes.
open a window or something.
Okay. Well,
Oh no,
I'm
you guys are
excited.
androids. Just kidding. I forgot. Yeah, I
Is
have
it
those here.
nice or is it?
I thought I had
Yeah.
my charger in my
I know
room.
We have
because
apples.
You've been working out.
No, I think it feels
Which
nice.
I
that's like-
am regretting.
Yeah, I'll tell you how cold it is outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's too much noise.
It is
Yeah, it's 7%. I'm gonna have to turn
okay, 55.
So
Okay, so it's not sunny Arragas. It turns out it's actually kind of cold and blustery Arragas.
it sounds fantastic if I'm being
Yeah.
honest.
Well, but I'm the only one near the
I think
window.
if I
so-
went to sleep tonight and woke up with hair like this
so nice
tomorrow,
and
I would
easy.
start a metal band.
It's cold.
That would be pretty good.
Yeah.
Alright,
It would be
never mind.
like a Swedish
So
death
nice.
metal band.
Kethra Sogard has spoken, and since she's in charge of party health, I'm going to trust her opinion.
Just
Yeah.
so nice. I also like it to be 90 degrees, so there's that.
That I can attest to.
Yeah.
So, this has nothing to do with Twitch, but one time I had the privilege and pleasure of dog sitting for Ben and Amanda. They have an amazing dog. Her name is Molly, and she has a face. And I like to pet the face and kiss the face. And I,
Okay, good.
as part of taking care of the dog, I just stayed over at their house.
Elaborate effort.
Well, they told me that the air conditioning was on. And they were right.
It
The air
was.
conditioning was on. But it was set to like 85 or 87 or something. And I was dying. Like that first night, because Molly is a cuddler. And so she just
And
would
she's
not.
a 60-pound dog.
Yeah,
It's not little.
I mean, she'll cover me from, my whole chest, like when she wants to cuddle. And it was just like, I was so hot and sweaty and miserable, and I was like, what is going on? And so finally the next day, I texted them, and I was like, you guys have to tell me how to work the air conditioning, because this 90 degrees isn't going to cut it. Like, there's no way. I can't keep doing this. So they sent me the passcode and the way to turn the knob and push the button and then hold.
It's
and
just
press
one
the
button, and you go
And-
doot 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 doot,
Yeah.
and that's it.
I did that.
It's not
I
You
just
have
made
to
those
make the
four
sound.
You
tooting
do. I
noises,
usually do.
Yeah.
and it did not work. It did not work. So
Air initiate.
yeah. I
Yes.
I think
that's-
Johnny did stream for a little while. I'm not sure that he does it anymore. He's mostly he mostly watches streams and stuff now. But I can't remember the name of the game that he used to stream. I'll find out though. I'll find out and we'll give him some props in our on my page and maybe in the show too once I figure it out. But I don't think he's actually Twitch cast in a few months, so I don't really know.
Oh, and we need to add Duchess to our host list.
Okay, cool. Can you show me how to do that when we're done? And then...
Yeah, I think it's a list on the Twitch webpage. That way, anytime she streams, it'll host her on our channel.
Hey, that's a really good idea. Duchess, why didn't you tell me about that? Duchess. LOL.
She is, by the way, random thing, twitching right after us.
You are?
She's hanging out with us, and then she's gonna go live.
Yay!
So I'm gonna bother her as soon as I
Yay!
get home.
I've been trying to catch your show, Duchess. I've been trying to catch it, but I keep weird hours, and you keep weird hours, and our weird hours have not yet coincided. It seems so. We'll figure it out though. We'll figure it out. Yeah, I definitely. I'll set that up so that when you're that way. Yeah, and I'll have some questions. I want to talk to you about like how that works. Like, does that help our numbers and stuff? Does that count, or does it? I mean, we don't have to get into it now because we're about to get back to game. But I would want to talk about like how like other ways that we can help each other.
It can introduce people to your channel.
Yeah. So
and vice versa. I could host both of y'all, but I don't Twitch, so I have no viewers.
Sweet. Okay, so we are back from the break officially. I hope that everyone at home topped off their glasses or got themselves seconds on their pizza rolls or what have you, because the action is about to begin. So get ready.
I am so ready.
Okay, so.
And I'm slightly faster than them, so even though I had to stay behind to poke bad haircut boy in the forehead to give him guidance, I'll catch back up.
This is just before you guys bailed? Like you went one way and you went the other way? Okay. All right. Okay, so Arister, you stop in the roadway. It's not really a road, it's just it's a well-worn path, but it's not an official road. It's not Watonga Road, okay? You stop in the roadway, you light your lantern, and you sit there and wait to sort of see how they react. And at first, they seem to just be walking along towards you. They do slow their pace a little bit.
I'm gonna tower menacingly. Is that?
Are you trying to intimidate them?
I will.
Like, do you want to be intimidating? Okay, so go ahead and roll it. Yeah.
Can I tower menacingly? And would that be enough to trigger some intimidation? Sweet.
I mean, yeah, like depending on how you like where you put your hand or
yeah, like on my blade probably.
Where you put your hand.
Beat your chest.
I got a let's see, what is that gonna be? 421.
Hey,
21. Good job. All right, so
21.
you are very imposing. You between you and Ardent Stride, you guys are a very imposing scene.
Is there like a lighting effect with the lantern and casting shadows on me and stuff?
Well, yeah, but isn't your armor like silver-ish?
Oh yeah, so yeah, it was shiny.
So yeah, it's more of an awe-inspiring intimidation than a dread.
I'm liking
A
it.
dreadful intimidation. You're making a lot of the guys that are walking on the ground wish they were better men.
You know, if every roll that happened, I would not be sad.
Yeah. Okay, so eventually the cart comes to a halt, and you see that there are two figures on the front of the cart. Both of them are wearing cloaks, and the man says, "Good evening. We're headed this way. If you could clear the road, that would be most kind of you." And you can see all the other people are sort of moving up towards the front of the wagon, and they're just kind of standing in the road, all eyes on you, waiting to see what you'll do.
I will continue towering and look at them and say, "I will not move, nor will I let any of you pass. I believe there is a murderer in your midst, and I will find him or her."
There's kind of a murmur among the people on the ground, and the guy on the wagon, sitting on the front of the wagon, leans over to the woman, and they kind of have a hushed discussion with each other for a few moments. And then the guy leans back and says, "We're in a terrible rush, and we don't have time for these sorts of games. Clear the road, or we'll move you."
Your schedule means nothing to me, sir. I need to bring a scoundrel to justice, and I see to it that it is done. If you seek to stand in my way, I assure you, you shall fall.
Okay, so at that point, the guy sort of releases his hold on the reins for the oxen, and he reaches down under the seat board and he pulls out a weapon.
I see.
And at that signal, everyone else starts gathering weapons from the cart, like they pull them out. Make 2 perception checks for me.
They done goofed. This paladin to get me up in here. Perception check number 1 is going to be a 15.
Okay.
Perception check numero 2 is going to be 6.
A 6. Okay. So the first thing that you notice is that one of the guys pulls out a huge 2-handed mace, right? Like it's a flail. It's got a chain with this big ball on the end.
He's getting jousted first.
And you can see blood on the ball glistening in the moonlight. Like he didn't even take the time to wipe Daravan's blood off of it. Like he literally just smashed his head in and then threw his weapon onto the cart and they went. The other thing is you can see someone coming along the road, but you can't tell what it is they're doing. They appear to be on some sort of a cart, but they also look like they're some sort of a juggler or entertainer, like maybe practicing some sort of a balancing act or something. It doesn't seem to be. You have no idea what the person is attempting to do, but you don't have time to put any thought into it because you're watching as these men are gathering weapons and basically spreading out in a horseshoe around you. Right.
Yeah, my file for shit that I need to worry about later is getting pretty thick.
Yeah. Okay, so the guy on the front of the cart tells you one more time, "Sir, I'm asking you to clear the road. We don't need to kill you, but we will if we must."
I ready my lance, baby.
Okay. All right. So you pull out your lance. Everybody gets into like a defensive stance, and the woman says, "Wait!" And she stands up. She's also on the front. Actually, I'm going to hold off on him. She's also on the front of the wagon. She stands up and...
That's like a lot of guys.
Yeah, I told him it was between 8 and a dozen.
Okay.
But you know how paladins are. He's like, sweet. That many more notches in my armor belt.
I mean, I counted them.
Yeah, okay. She stands up and she says, "Arister, I knew you for a fool the moment I laid eyes on you." And she flicks her hood back and it's Saris, right? Only she doesn't look nearly as good as she looked when she was in the room with you guys. Her hair is much more stringy and pale, and she has a horrific burn scar across the entire half of her face and down onto her neck, and it disappears under her clothes. Like, it looks like she was held in a fire and her skin boiled up and popped and reboiled up and popped again.
I think I know who I'm going to joust first.
Yeah, the guy with the bloody mace, right?
Devil Witch.
She says, "Thank you for keeping the chaos a secret. It wouldn't have done us any good to have all the miners panicking until after it's too late. I'm going to enjoy killing you, you pompous, arrogant bully." and she tells all of her men, you can kill him how you must, but I want his head untouched. I want to take it back with me to Arragas. I have plans for it. All right, so at this point, let's everybody roll initiative and see how that treats us. Yeah, you guys are basically closing in right now.
Of course.
And so we'll do initiatives first, and then I'll let you guys jump in. Also, are you guys skulking in, or once you hear all this and see all this, you just start barreling? Okay.
I'm skulking.
Okay, so if you're skulking, then what I would like you to do also after you report your initiative to me, is roll a stealth check for me and tell me what you get. So, all right. So, Arister, what'd you roll for initiative? 7. Okay. Kethra?
I rolled a 7.
Also a 7. Okay. Liliana?
18.
Nice.
Nice. Makaria? 17. Okay. Vesper, I'll have you go ahead and roll initiative as well.
Alright. I mean,
That's lower. Okay.
Okay.
You finished your set.
Yeah, you finished your set. You've gotten paid. You changed. There's going to be a little bit of some information before you make it to the battle, but I just need to know what your initiative is.
14.
14. Okay. Okay, great. All right, so Saris actually goes first. She says something offhand about she hasn't ever eaten horse meat, but she's always wanted to try.
Bitch, don't make mistakes.
So your horse will officially be my first horse flank meal.
Oh, by the way, you guys can add a d4 to your stealth check.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you have guidance. Yeah, you have guidance. Okay.
I can't,
I'm ready.
and I'm loud as hell, but...
So is that just for checks, or what is that for?
It's just one time, it's for this check, because I cast guidance on you.
Oh, yeah, okay. So guidance apparently is AD for any time within the next 10 minutes.
Oh, what if I want to save it?
It's
Well,
actually...
If you want to save...
I'm not rolling
all
stealth.
of it.
How long is it? 1 minute?
Yeah, it's only
So 10 rounds. So we'll say that you guys spent 2 rounds getting here. So you'll start. So at any point during the next 8 rounds, you guys can cast a die 4 to change a D20 roll, basically.
I don't.
Do you want to?
I mean, if I
Well,
roll
it's for checks.
a die 4.
It is for checks.
So it's not attack rolls?
No.
Okay, just checks.
If I roll a die 4 and I get max, I'm still only hitting a 5 or a 6.
An
So
ability check of your choice. So stealth check would count.
it's not
You rolled
gonna
a
help.
2 stealth.
No, well, no. Oh wait, no. I got 5.
I rolled 3, which is a 5.
So it's still like 9. Like even if I rolled a 4.
Okay,
still
so
only get
basically,
9. So I feel like
all right.
You know
okay,
what I
got.
mean?
No,
You
yeah, I
see
got.
what I'm saying?
I'm already formulating my
Yes.
description of your stealth attempts.
okay.
Okay. Okay, so she goes first. You see her begin to mumble to herself, and she starts to twirl her hands around in front of her, and you see this flaming ball start to form in her palms. And then she just closes her hand around it and she squeezes, and a flaming ball erupts on the ground right next to Ardent Stride. It's about the size of a coffee table. Right? It's like 4 feet high, and it's just a big flaming sphere. And you immediately feel the heat come up Arden Stride. He feels the heat too, but his war training is steady, and he just sort of moves enough so that it's not searing his flesh right away.
Space dragon fire, I think.
Okay.
This is...
Yeah. All right.
No.
So then she points at it and directs it to bang into Ardent Stride. So I need Ardent Stride to make a dexterity save. It'll be your dexterity if Ardent Stride doesn't have one.
All over my dice.
Ardent Stride's
Stay
hit
in your
points
corner.
are in danger. Okay.
There's
Can't
a
be worried about
line,
knocking
sir.
over
The
dice
line
right
is
now.
right here.
Ardent Stride has slightly better stats than me. He got a 17.
A 17. Okay, good. So he is only going to take 3 points of fire damage from the sphere when it explodes into existence.
Good job.
Okay. He does get singed, but he's able to move back and sort of maintain his distance from it. She does not move. All of the guys around her shout, "Yeah!" And then that's going to make it. Not yet. That's going to make it these guys. So you see this guy with 2 weapons move over here, and he is going to try to attack you, Arister. He's not interested in your horse. And this guy is going to also move over, and they're going to try to grab you with their weapons, like stab you and hook into you and pull you down off of Ardent Stride. Okay. All right. So the first guy, his weapon bounces harmlessly off of your armor. The second guy. The first guy then stabs you with his knife. For 3.
He stabs me in the leg?
Yeah, he stabs you. He gets his dagger in the little place right behind your kneecap.
What?
The second guy misses with his initial attack and misses with his follow-up attack. So they basically are just running up and just trying to hook into you, right? They're not making like actual attacks. They're just trying to grab you and either knock you off or pull you down. And you sense that the other opponents have tried and failed.
My aggro list is rapidly changing.
Okay. So this guy moves to the front, in front of
That was for Brian.
Saris. This guy moves off of the wagon down in front of Saris. And this guy moves up, and they form sort of a shield flank, or like a shield phalanx, right?
Perfect charge target.
Yeah, and then let's see. Yeah, this guy with the big bloody mace, he's just going to move straight up and hammer at Ardent Stride. Actually, he's going to stop here so he doesn't get burned by the flaming sphere, and then this guy can't move closer because the flaming sphere will burn him. So the guy with the big mace attacks Ardent Stride. His mace hits Ardent Stride in the chainmail, but doesn't do any damage. Right, doesn't do any damage. Okay, the 2 guys in the back, not both knock arrows, but they wait to shoot. You don't have any idea why. Okay, so that was them. So then that makes it. That makes it Kethris. No. Okay, so that brings us back around to Saris. Okay.
What?
So
What?
you guys are still skulking up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you guys will go with this round. We'll do normal. This is basically them
Kicking the
bantering
shit out
and
of
starting to attack while you guys are coming in
Wait,
from
what
the
about
sides.
me? Did I get an extra?
Oh, yeah, hold on. Yeah, good job. Arister, Orlean, you're at 7. Yeah, you're at 7. Okay, so I will tell you that even though you've never encountered this spell before, you can tell that being next to it is just as painful as getting hit with it.
I believe he has encountered this spell before.
A flaming sphere?
Yep, because I've done it in front of him.
We fought that thing, and she moved it around, and
Oh, okay, yeah.
All
So
right.
you have encountered this before, although the magic is slightly different. The color is off.
I can't move away without getting attacked by everybody, right?
Your mount can disengage as a bonus action.
That's right. I am going to disengage as a bonus action.
Okay.
With my mount.
Okay. With Ardent Stride?
Yeah, with Ardent Stride. What direction, I can't really quite see, but what direction would be an advantageous disengage point? Can I disengage to the opposite side of the fire?
You can.
That side of the
You
fire?
can. You want to get over here?
Yeah,
Into
kind of
this area?
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, I want to stay close to. Let's see. Yeah, let me be 2 squares to the right of Dude with Spear.
Okay. Like this? One 1, 2.
Yeah. So can I
Okay.
still hit him? Am I 10 feet?
You can with your lance, with your reach. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna do it.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
I would like, as a bonus action, to.
So you already used your bonus action to disengage.
That was the horse's bonus action.
That's your bonus
That's my
action to
bonus
command Ardent Stride to disengage.
Fair enough.
I'm sorry,
Well-
I was being a terrible DM earlier.
That's
I
okay.
should've-
I forgive you.
Thank you.
It's not your fault, but you know, it is. Yeah, I'm gonna lance the guy.
The guy with the spear?
The spear.
Okay.
For he has crossed my path. Oh, that's not good.
What's not a 1?
I got a 7 to hit.
All right. He deflects your lance with his glaive or his guisarme, whatever that is. It's a spear
Yeah,
with a big blade,
of some kind.
big flat blade.
And I am out of actions.
Okay, so that brings us back around, and now Liliana Hollywisp. Which direction did you go? Did you come up the middle, or did you go with one of them?
I probably would have come up the right side or something like that.
Makari, did you go right?
Okay, so set your character anywhere
There we
on
go.
this side of the map beyond this line as your start point. Okay.
Is that fine?
Sure. All right, so what do you want to do now from here? Take your turn.
Okay.
Okay.
5 foot squares, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. No, I don't want to get you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't get these guys, or could get all these guys.
Saris is up on a wagon.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't want to hit any of us.
Don't worry about it.
So, can we say that I turn it a little bit that way so that I can get 20 foot? It's a 20-foot cube. I don't want to get him, obviously.
Well,
That would
then
be nice.
if you do these 4 and these 4, you'll catch all of these guys plus both oxen in the blast of whatever it is you're about
Well,
to
and I was going to say,
Screw
if I
that
turn
last
it that way, can I get 20 feet like that?
The rules don't specify being able to do diagonal like that, but I don't see why not.
Okay. So I cast Fairy Fire
Okay,
with purple sparkles, and
Okay.
all of them must make a dexterity save.
all of them.
Mhm.
How about if I do it in groups? Start with Saris. Start with this weapons and shields. We'll start with the bow guys. We'll start with the two-handed weapons.
I don't know if it's starting with them if you do it 4 times.
And
Right.
well, each of them gets to start at the same time.
Well, they start to roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's starting to roll.
And I already did two-handed weapons.
Don't have to
Okay.
explain.
Okay, so basically, Saris lights up, and the only people who don't light up are the 2 archers.
The ox.
No, the oxen do too. The oxen fail their deck. They don't
Okay.
have deck save.
I want
And they're also shackled to a wagon. It's not like they can go, whoa,
Yeah.
there's some fairy fire coming in.
Burn the oxen.
Move out of the way.
Oh. We need
All right,
a
I
bad
look at
joke.
You're like
Saris.
really
I look at
not-
Saris
not-
and go, "I will eat your ox."
Okay, so
She's like, yes.
that is
Let go of your
a.
hatred.
Do we need a bad?
She's a Sith Lord now.
They are feed animals, okay?
So what does fairy fire do besides making everybody impossible to turn invisible or whatever?
Okay. Within a 20-foot cube, each object or person is outlined in violet, my choice. Any creature, when the spell is cast, they shed light for a 10-foot radius. Any attack roll against affected creature or object has advantage
Okay.
if they can see it.
Okay.
It also prevents them from being invisible.
Okay. All right. So these 2 guys were outside of the blast, and these 2 guys made their save, but everyone else and the oxen are now all of that,
Cool.
glowing and super easy to hit.
And then as a bonus action, I will cast Shillelagh.
Okay. Are you going to move from your current position?
Is there anything over here that I can hide behind?
Uh,
I'm right here. See? Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. I'm gonna say not really. I mean, I guess there was a few things, but it's a little farther away. Are you gonna run away and hide in the bushes? This was you like running out and fairy fire.
Nah, I'll just chill there.
Okay. All right. So that was Liliana Hollywisp's turn. Macaria Storm Dragon. So you were on
Other side.
the other side,
And
right?
I was not sneaking.
Yeah.
I was barreling.
Okay. So where do you want to?
Oh,
Where do you
I
want
was
to barrel?
really not either because I got.
Yeah. Where do you want to barrel out?
Can I tell that that's Saris?
You cannot see her because basically these boxes are stacked up pretty high. She does look like a blonde,
She's a sparkly blonde.
but her hair is paler.
Did I see her
and
cast
more
the?
shiny. Oh yeah.
Okay.
You saw that.
Then I would be lying for her.
Okay, so you're gonna try to get past this guy here and get up onto the wagon, or you're just gonna try to move around and get to her.
Get up on the wagon.
Okay, so I'll have you make a climb check.
Acrobatics.
Nope, athletics.
Athletics.
I'm sorry, athletics. Yep.
That one should be good for us.
I'm not even gonna try her. I got a 2 + 4.
All right, so you grab onto the side of the wagon to hoist yourself up, and the canvas is actually just loosely draped over the stuff. So you thought it was going to be secure and something you could pull yourself up with, and really, as soon as you started pulling yourself up, it slid back. This guy immediately notices that and spins around with his shield ready to pummel you.
Okay. I can still attack him though, right?
Yeah, the climb check was part of your move, so you still have a standard action.
Okay. And he is glowing.
He is glowing.
So I'm going to roll with advantage. And I got a 16 + 5 to hit.
I'm not doing the math, I refuse.
So, right. Got you covered.
I mean, I rolled a 16. I'm pretty sure I hit him. So first one does 8 + 3, 11 damage. And
I just said I'm not doing them.
I know. I'm doing it after I
Okay, alright. So, alright,
Second
so
one.
you, okay.
Second one gets less than that, a 13.
Okay, so you run up and you stab him basically right in the chest with your first rapier.
Mm-hmm.
You pull it out, because, man, that was easy, and you go to stab him with your other rapier, but he gets his shield in the way and blocks it. However, just from, like, you hit him right in the sweet spot, like, he doesn't have much longer to live.
Okay.
He's down to 1 hit point with your first opening attack. Okay, so Macaria ran up, tried to climb it, decided to kill instead because that's what she's good at. Okay, so Vesper, you'll be here in a minute. Okay, so that makes it Saris' turn. All right, so as a bonus action, Saris is going to ram Ardent Stride with the flaming sphere. Ardent Stride, I need another dex check from you.
All right, buddy.
You can do it.
This horse lived through a dragon attack.
He did, and he rolled a 16.
A 16. All right, so he
All right.
takes 2 points of fire damage from the flaming sphere. Okay, and then as her turn, she is going to turn around. She saw Macaria. When she actually looks out at you, you can see that it's Saris.
Okay.
Except she looks like something horrible happened to her face. Like really bad.
And she's sparkly.
Yeah, and she's sparkly. And she says something like, the other buffoon is here. You Millipole dregs are really the bottom of the barrel. The best of you died in the mountains. She says a word to you, and you hear the tolling of a bell in the back of your mind. I need you to make a wisdom save.
Okay, that's better than intelligence.
You've got guidance.
I think I'm going to go ahead and use that guidance. Yeah!
Nice.
So 15, 16, and just straight wisdom, so 16.
Okay. You feel pain start to erupt through your entire body, but then you just sort of you realize like Givney is protecting me. whatever that was can't possibly hurt me, and it just goes away.
Sweet.
Yeah. Okay, and then she does not
We're
actually
Disney bros.
move from her. She doesn't move from her spot, so that's gonna make it
He's a good guy to worship.
The
goddess.
best.
Okay, so that was Vesper. Okay, so the weapons times 2, guys. All right, so I've only got 2 of those. These guys are not fairy fired. They're gonna move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hi. I'm
Hi.
gonna stab you for casting spells at my buddies. And this guy's gonna move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he is going to try to hack at you, Arister, from behind. He's gonna
I
try to
have
pull
an
you down.
idea.
Still trying to pull you down. All
I
right.
need them to bunch.
So we'll do Arister first. His first
Dude,
attack
start
is
with my
armor
rose.
class 18. I'm pretty sure that's.
A miss.
Oh wait, is that a miss?
Yep.
That is a miss. Good job, Arister. All right. So then his second attack is a miss also. All right. So then we've got the 2 guys, or the 1 guy on Liliana, armor class 13. I'm
Miss.
pretty sure that's a miss. All right. So then he comes in with his little dagger, armor class 4. Okay.
Like,
All right. So yeah. So you just like dodge out of the way and get underneath. And like he's swinging at you and trying to hack you with both blades. You're able to you're able to get out of there with no problems. Okay. So Kethra Sogard, you appear on the scene. Where you were coming from the same side as Liliana.
Yeah, the other side.
And you can set yourself anywhere along this row and start your turn.
Okay.
oops, they're right. She shouldn't have had guidance on that.
Who?
Oh, did chat correct us?
She
Guys.
shouldn't have had guidance on
Oh,
the
because it was
saving
a
throw.
saving throw.
Oh,
not a
yeah,
ability
that's
check.
the other one,
Okay,
right? Is there another
Well,
one?
wait. What did you roll without the guidance?
It was still like
1,
a
2, 3,
12
4,
or
5,
something.
6, 7, 8. So, okay, if I have something that casts in a 15-foot square, let's just say theoretically,
Who knows enough
Okay.
about D&D?
how close could I get to not hit these people? Like, if I want to come in here,
Yeah.
can I go like here?
Well, there's some oxen
And
right
with
there.
Oh, this is oxen.
Yeah.
Right,
But if I go here, the oxen are here.
Yeah.
I can hit her.
Yeah.
No?
And it's it's a 15-foot square with no range, so it originates on you and goes out.
15.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so
It's
yeah.
thunder. It's thunder wave.
Thunderwave. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, you could get right there.
Hot tip about resistance versus guidance. Thanks, buddy.
So I could
Yeah.
I could go there.
You could
And
go
I
right
can-
there, and you know you're gonna shove the oxen too. They didn't do nothing.
Dude,
They're not chaos oxen. You look into their big brown eyes, and they're like,
Do I? Well, hey, I'm
Shove them.
Do I notice it?
They're working for evil.
Like
they're working
Thanks,
for
Julie.
evil. Yes. Here, look at that little oxen.
Oh, it is so cute.
He's got big
He's
ears.
looking right at you. He's really looking.
Shove
And his
the
best
oxen.
friend, Lenny.
I feel like
Ara would want you to shove
It's
them.
I
another
feel
daughter
like
oxen
I'm just
team.
gonna shove them a little bit, and they'll take max damage.
They've got plenty of hit
Little
points.
spots.
All right,
Okay.
go ahead and roll your.
No,
okay,
no,
so-
I don't roll because I'm acting out destructive wrath. So destructive wrath is my 1 time a day thing. So I don't make any roll when I put. They have to make for Thunder Wave. They have to make a Constitution saving throw,
Okay.
and because I just get max damage on this.
Yeah, because of your destructive things.
Because
since
of my
it's
destructive
thunder
thing.
damage. Yeah.
If they fail their saving roll, they get 2d8, so 16 damage.
Okay.
And if they
Make it. It's
make
half.
it, it's half
8.
of that. It's 8.
Okay. All right. So.
Oh, and if they fail, they also get pushed back 10 feet from me.
Okay.
And all loose items get knocked over.
Okay. So.
My
the
lantern
oxen-
is on.
But I want to point out,
My
before,
lantern.
Lantern range?
No, it's way back there.
Okay,
You're
good.
before I do this, I'm taking the moonstone, I'm slamming
Just
it
do it
on
like a
here,
shiny-
on my
Okay.
medallion,
Right.
and I'm slamming myself down to do Thunderwave.
Like a tantrum.
Yeah, like an
Like
angry
a
sick-
bam.
6-year-old.
So you're gonna like
Home
slam the
smash,
ground
yeah.
with your hands and have it explode.
I guess
Yes.
so, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Do that.
Okay. So you've got the amulet, you've got the moonstone, and you're just like. Oh, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm
So
doing.
we'll start with the archers. What's the saving throw? What's your spell save?
Oh, my spell save.
Yeah, you're gonna give me a number, and then I know what all the spell saves are supposed to be.
Copy your spell page.
So at the top of your spell sheet, next to your spell attack, which will be a plus number.
13.
13, thank you. All right, so the 2 archers do not make it. Okay. The 2, let's see, so those are both shield guys.
Is everybody within whatever?
So pretty
15
much
foot.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That'll be you 2. 1, 2. These guys. 1, 2. This guy here. 1, 2, 3. This guy here. This is the only guy who's not safe, or who is safe, and Saris is gonna probably catch it as well. Okay.
Sorry, Julian.
All right, so the archer guys do not make it. Okay, so the 2 shield and sword guys make it.
Damn.
That's not going to help them, though. Okay, the guy farthest away from me doesn't need to make a roll, but the other guy does. He does not make it. Okay. The oxen,
No.
they get a constitution save. They're oxen.
Okay.
They don't make it. Okay.
I feel like...
They've got to have the same hit points.
Okay, and then the guy in front of you, he makes it. Do you make your constitution saving throw?
He's 16.
Okay, great. Okay. Oh, I need to roll for Saris too. Okay.
Does the wagon get pushed back?
Okay.
The wagon.
Anything that's not
roll
secured
roll a
down.
little
Everything
bit.
that's not
attached
secured down.
to like.
Well, it's
Flies off.
attached to
Ton,
2
yeah.
300-pound oxen,
yeah.
No,
which
That
are
also
about
just
more like
flew
slam
over.
their
seven
asses
pounds,
into
like
it.
big ass.
Yeah, but the
Big
oxen are
ass
getting
are
blown
pushed
10 feet, right?
It's
Because
gonna get
they didn't make it. So they get
worked on
blown
by
10
oxen.
feet from me.
I mean, that's
I would
like
think that means that whole
what
cart
a-
is going, and that wonderful person,
350
Saris,
ton
who's on it,
Okay.
is
Which
gonna have
direction is
extra
the
power.
cart going? Not
Away
towards-
from me.
It's being
Away
pushed,
from me.
so it'll go away from Kethra Sogard in the most direct line possible.
Excellent.
Okay, so
and there's a giant like 350-pound ox.
okay, so
flying
did
Saris.
you make your saving throw?
Yes.
Okay, so you only take 8 points of thunder damage. This guy makes his saving throw and takes 8 points of thunder damage, which
Sorry. Oh, no.
hurts him very badly. The archers do not make it.
I know you did.
Their dead bodies land over here.
Whoa, really?
Yeah. This guy made it, so he takes 8 points of damage, of thunder damage, and doesn't get shoved. This guy was not within the blast radius. These 2 guys do not make it. So he's going to go over there and be dead. And he's going to go over here and be dead. Okay, so that guy was outside of the blast radius, and it's Saris's turn. Okay, so Saris makes her saving throw, but the cart does not. Additionally, as your thunder wave explodes out in every direction, she's not even looking at you, and you see like a shield pop up around her and absorb some of the shock wave from the thunder damage. Okay, and so now she's got like this skittering, glowing shield around her body. Unfortunately for her, she does not make the dexterity save necessary to get off of the cart in time, so she falls to the ground prone as part of the blast. The oxen are like, no, wait! And they get shoved back.
Oh no.
And I didn't actually roll any hit dice for the oxen, but I'm just going to say they're okay because one of their heads knocked together and it made that coconut noise. Okay.
They do.
All
I
right.
googled it. They weigh like 1,500 pounds apiece.
Yeah, they're pretty
Pretty
hefty.
stout.
But the spell doesn't specify, and I don't want to put too much science to our magic. So they get shoved back, and their heads get knocked together, and they're like, moo. Okay, so let me mark Saris.
It's not the first
Just to
uncomfortable
be
move I've heard
honest,
in
I
battle.
believe I now need to make a concentration check.
That's right. Good job. Saris also needs to make a concentration check.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me. She does not make it. This winks out of existence.
Yes.
When she hits the ground.
I forgot the rules on concentration checks.
It's going to be DC 8 plus the damage that you took, and you need to make a Constitution save.
Okay, I just rolled a 10 plus 2 con, so I should be fine since I'm over the damage I took, right?
Well, it was 8 plus 8, which is 16.
No, I made my save. It was 8.
Yeah, if you hadn't made your save, it would have been 16. She maxed her damage out. So you took 8 damage. So 8 plus the base DC of 8 is 16. So Fairy Fire goes out?
I guess so.
Okay, Fairy Fire. Everyone stops glowing.
Rats.
Okay. You didn't need it. You stabbed that guy right in the heart.
For Saris.
He's just like,
For sure.
Okay. All right. So Saris drops to the ground and curses as a free action. Shit. All right.
Curses.
Okay. Also,
What
I
an
need to
epic
mark
spell
down that
Thunder
she
Wave
used.
is.
Yeah. It
Well,
works out really well
when
if you're
it's
completely
powered up
surrounded
with
by enemies.
Aura magic.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, Ara, goddess of storms and vengeance. That was pretty vengeful right there.
Kethra, next time, step one.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Let's go back.
I really don't want to cast that again.
Sorry, buddy.
Okay, so that was Kethra. So that'll make it Arister or Leond.
Really? Okay,
It
so
is your turn.
where is Saris in relation to me right now?
She is on the ground at
At your
like
horse's
5 feet away from Arden Stride.
Like 2 o'clock.
So within striking distance.
You could probably run
oh, yeah.
over her with the horse. The horse would
Uh,
probably like.
I am going to, as a bonus action,
Okay.
ignite my lance with divine favor,
Okay.
and I am going to pray to give me.
Okay.
And
That's how you pray to give me?
oh yeah,
It was by kissing your knuckles? Oh, okay, I see. It was deuces. Deuces to give me.
I've seen him Tebow before.
yeah.
So.
Me and her have a strong connection.
I see
now
that.
I know she's a girl.
Because you did
Which I
until
totally
this
knew
battle.
Yeah, and I am going to strike her mightily with my lance, I hope. We'll see how that goes. It is pretty mighty. I got a 23.
That's the damage or the armor class?
The armor class.
Oh, yeah, you hit her. You stabbed her right through her chest with your lance.
A little bit.
Fudge, yeah. She will take 8 plus 3 radiant damage.
Okay, so 8. And then 3.
Does she bubble?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. When the radiant damage, like you stab her through the chest and she pretty much wriggles around like a normal woman would if you stabbed her with a lance horrifically. And I mean, you pierce right through her leather armor and everything, and you just see a bunch of blood spray out. But when the divine energy touches her skin, like she screams out, like it's horrific. It's horrific to hear.
I will shout, "Do not ask for mercy, witch. I'm neutral good."
There wasn't a line.
She screamed again. Okay, so that was Arister. Oh, are you moving at all? Or, after your lance?
Can you just move on top of her?
Pierce?
Yeah, can you trample
I'm
her?
gonna have to lance her. Can I trample?
I don't remember there being any rules
Arden
for
Stride
trampling.
can't do attacks unless I'm off him.
Oh.
Yeah, he has to use his action to attack with
Okay.
Arden Stride,
Yeah.
or if they're separated, Arden Stride will kick and bite and otherwise.
He kind of just makes me.
I feel like it seems like it makes sense the horse would just go ba-doo, 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 and like step on
It
it.
totally makes a lot of sense, but
But if there's no rules, okay.
Yeah.
well, anyway, me and him are gonna stay teamed up for a while. so-
Okay, great. All right, so you stab Saris. Okay, so that was Arister. So that makes it weapons plus shields. All right, the guy with you, Makaria. He's like, I'm gonna kill you, wench. Just let me get my weapon ready. Yeah.
Did you go to witchcraft school with Sarah?
Yeah, he stabs at you. He's weak. He's lost a whole bunch of blood. He's bleeding out of his chest. You deflect it away. You're just like, please.
That's the unnatural magic.
Okay, so that was weapons plus
Well, same with me.
shields.
It's
Okay,
magic.
two-handed weapons. Oh, both of those guys are still alive.
My
Okay.
magic smells like cedar and sunshine.
These guys both turn to Kethra.
Magic smells like rotten fish.
They're gonna hit me?
Yep,
Because they're gonna find out some more wrath, because I
They're gonna
remember
move
I have
over and
this
they're gonna both
ability.
attack you.
My magic smells like
Okay.
fun and marshmallows.
Okay, so the first guy is going to armor class 13.
Actual righteousness.
You churchy fellas.
That does well. Okay, question.
I have
Real
to
quick.
meet or exceed your armor
Right
class.
now, here's my question.
I'm listening.
When someone hits me, I've got 3 Wraths of the Storm. When should I tell you that I'm using that? When they hit me, or when they, you know?
Yeah, well, they have to hit you, right? Or is it if they attack at all?
It's
They
either-
have to hit. I have it written down, but I've written down if they hit.
I believe
Okay,
it's
yeah, so-
before he declares the damage.
Okay,
So-
I just want to make sure I say it.
Yeah,
right.
it doesn't go off. Like, it's a thing that goes off when they touch you, basically.
Got it.
So
Okay, they did. I've got
Okay,
an armor
so-
class 16.
armor class 6. Okay, so the first guy swings at you with his spear and misses. The second guy is swinging that big mace around, that big ball on the end of the chain,
I don't want to get
and
into that.
he's like, "I'm gonna do you like I did the other guy."
No. What?
And he hits you
Uncomfortable phraseology.
with armor class 19. He hits you for 9.
Okay.
Okay, so you
Okay,
feel
right
that
now.
metal ball and chain just slam into you.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit
and
him
it's
with
horribly
Wrath.
painful. Okay, so and Wrath is what? A dex check.
A dex saving throw.
Okay.
What was it?
What if he doesn't make it?
He takes 2d8 lightning.
You should roll that.
So I have to roll that. Really high.
You're
1.
best to roll an initiative.
I know.
An 8. I got a 1 and an 8.
So 9
So
altogether.
9.
All right, so he hits you and gets electrocuted. You see electricity roll up his weapon and right into his chest and arms, and he screams out in pain through his gritted teeth. Okay, so that was 6. Okay, so all right, we come back around to Liliana Holly Wisp.
Mm-hmm.
It's your turn.
That's how much you took.
Okay.
How much did I
I...
Sean, real quick, how much damage did I just take?
9.
9. Thank you.
Okay.
That was my
Well,
So excited about the
see.
wrathing.
bad. I was really excited. I wasn't paying attention to anything else.
I try not to pay attention when I take damage. That was a 2, right? 2 damage.
Okay, I'm going to... He's standing right in front of me.
Yep.
I'm going to smack him in the head with my shillelagh
Okay.
that I already lit up, so... Well, I didn't light it up. It, like, has magical...
Are you sure? You're a druid.
Yeah, but it doesn't really, like... I can light my hands up.
Do you
My
light up
staff is like...
after the battle?
Wow, 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 wow.
We'll light it up after the battle.
And I miss.
So he saw the wah 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 wah, and was like getting kind of back, and then when you swung at him, he was like, "Oh, saw that coming." With the wah. Oh, I forgot to describe your stealth, Amanda. You tripped on an old broom in the woods. There was, yeah. Catherine had found the only someone had thrown that broom away years ago, and you just kicked it against the tree while you're running through the leaves. And it clatters. Okay.
And I can describe my crappy stealth as I was probably coming out of the foliage going, I'm sneaky, I'm sneaky, I'm sneaky.
Bet you can't see me.
And then I cast Fairy Fire.
And you were like, oh wait, I'm an elf right now. They can hear me.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's how I do it when I'm a panther.
All right, Macaria, what are you gonna do?
I guess I'll just
Macaria,
poke
kill.
this guy in front of me real quick.
Kill all the things.
Yeah, kill
Go
that
crazy.
13 plus 5, 18.
Okay.
I don't really have to roll. No, 1, but it's plus 3, so 4.
Okay, you stab him. He crumples to the ground in front of you.
guy. Like Swiss cheese.
Now I'm gonna get to Saris.
Okay. You step over his body, his prone form.
I'll do my second attack.
Okay.
14, so 19.
Okay, so as you go to stab Saris on the ground, another shield pops up. It's like a golden white shield pops up in place, and your sword basically would have hit her right in the throat, except that when the shield popped into place, it slid the sword off to the side and hit the ground.
Hell no.
Great.
Which reminds me, I have to do this. Okay. All right. She looks up at you with fresh rage in her eyes. You millipole brat. All right. So that was Makaria.
Oh, can I say that I recast Shillelagh as a bonus action, by the way?
Sure. You have to cast it every turn?
Well, once I try to hit somebody with it, it's...
I see. Roger that. Okay.
And
All
so
right.
I'll
So it went
recast.
away, and then you
I don't have a lot of bonus actions. I'm not healing anybody right now.
okay, great. Okay, so that was Makaria. Okay, so that makes it Saris's turn. All right, so Saris stands up, which is going to take up half of her move. She then casts... she basically takes the trickling thunder energy that's bouncing all around her body, and she grabs it like it's just gossamer out of the air, right? And she pulls it off of her, and you see it just wrap itself around her hand. And she just opens it up and fires it at you like a bolt. It just shoots out of her hand right into your face. Armor class 21. It wasn't a 20. I didn't roll a 20. You got lucky. All right. So this is going to be thunder damage because of the earlier damage that she took from Kethra.
Catherine's also really offended that her deity's power is being used by a chaos agent. Like, it's pretty offensive.
So you're going to take 11 points of thunder damage.
She's a good hitter.
And then she's going to spend her move, the rest of her move, to step away from you. So if you'd like to take an attack of opportunity, you may do so. I don't think you've used your
Yeah,
reaction.
because it didn't hurt me to attack her. It just bounced off that one time, right?
That is correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and do that. Yep, 17 plus 5.
Okay, you hit her.
6.
Okay. All right, you basically slash her across the throat as she's backing up. Like, you just see the blade just like cut clean through the front of her throat, and her throat opens up and a bunch of blood starts to pour out. And then you see that she just grabs her neck like this, and you can't tell if she's sealing the wound, but as soon as she grabs her neck, the blood stops flowing. And she says, "Now."
Now? Not no, right?
Yeah, now.
Oh boy.
All right.
Like right now?
Okay, so that was, yeah, like right now. Yeah, okay. So, Vesper, you have run past Weenegg. I shouldn't say that. You've ridden past Weenegg on a horse. Okay? Weenegg is standing on top of a cart, and that's being pulled by a mule, and he's like standing up in the board, and he's sort of holding this big carpenter's mallet. Were you present when he announced that he was an aspirant paladin of Grimnir? I don't think you were.
No.
Okay,
No,
so
I
you
have
don't
no
know
idea.
you don't know what he's doing, but he's wearing like a leather apron. He's got some regular clothes on, and he's holding this carpenter's mallet maybe like a weapon. And the reins to the mule are just sort of dangling very loosely from his grip, and he has a look of abject terror on his face, and he's just watching the battle.
I'll raise my rapier. Fear not.
Fear not. Okay, so you're riding up with Mon and Mol Kosel, who saw the party leaving and remembered that they had promised that if there was ever going to be any vengeance on those who had killed their brother, that you guys were going to take them with you.
Right.
And
I
you
gave
did
a
not
hearty
make
speech.
good on that promise, so they're actually a little bit miffed with you right now. But they basically rode up to you while you were running, and they were like, "You're taking us to where they went," and you were like, "Yes, I am."
I probably would mention that I promised Jack and shit, and Jack.
Okay, well then
Jack
they
is
leave
not-
you behind, and you're gonna miss.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I
So
I was not present during the promise. so
you
I don't
pop
know.
up.
I don't know about that either. I'm just collecting an oddity of strangers that seem
Yeah,
to be
you-
engaged in this entire.
You pop up with Mon and Mol Kosel, They jump off their horses and basically pull their weapons out, and they move immediately to these two guys and just start hacking into the bodies to make sure that they're dead. What are you doing?
Good job,
I'll
guys.
approve. Nodding in approval. So I guess I will move. I probably will cast Shatter.
Okay, I'm gonna scoot you up just so you're on camera so everyone can see. Hi, it's Vesper. All right, now I'm gonna scoot him back. He's using tactics, and my map camera did not account for these tactics. I deeply apologize. All right,
So about 5 feet behind Saris, I'll start to cast Shatter.
okay,
I'll hold my hand up, and as I get ready to snap, it's a small sonic boom is appearing behind her, and then I just...
yeah. All right, so everybody sees the air collapse a little bit and then just explode outward. I'm sure everyone can hear it, right? Because this is the one that you can hear
this is
from
like
a mile away or whatever.
300 feet or
Yeah.
something like that.
Oh, yeah,
There's
300
shattering
feet. Okay,
boom.
yeah. All right, so what happens to those people who are caught in the blast?
So everyone within a 10-foot
That's you, Catherine.
sphere... No, it's behind
Right here?
Saris, yeah.
Okay, all right. I understand now.
So, has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Saris is not good at that. Okay. Let me know. All right, so what's the DC?
13.
13. All right. Saris makes it. Okay. What happens if we don't? Or what happens?
It's 3d8 thunder damage
That's
on
the
a
one I
failed
can't
save,
wait for.
or half as much on a successful one.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and roll those.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Yep.
5, 10, 11.
11. All right. So these two guys failed. So the sonic boom erupts, their eyeballs bust open, their nose immediately starts bleeding, their gums immediately start bleeding, their ears immediately start bleeding. Their head stays intact, but their throats open up and a whole bunch of popcorn shoots out. Bloody popcorn onto Catherine.
I was going to say, like right underneath you, right? Come on,
Like,
Road 1 through 3, you will get wet. Pretty sure we have those. What?
All right.
Is that what they're called?
yeah.
Saris makes her saving throw. She instinctively ducks down. Then her eyes explode, her nose starts bleeding, her gums bleed, her ears bleed, and her neck explodes and a bunch of popcorn shoots out and she dies.
Unsavory.
Hooray!
All right. She hits the ground,
No final quit.
And-
Oh, Lord.
when her hand comes away from her throat, Makaria, you see that she was just sort of holding the wound. It's like open and blood is gushing out. Okay. All right, so that's going to end Saris's turns. Okay, so that was Vesper Preslin. So then that makes us the weapons times 2 guys. There's just one guy left.
In front
Oh
of
no,
you.
there's a guy behind
Behind
Arister. All right.
Yeah, this
So
little bastard's
the
gonna
guy
get
in front of we'll go with Liliana first. First attack is AC 16, which is not enough, right? Are
It
you
is a hit.
okay? All right, so he's going to hit you for 8 points of damage,
Ow!
and then the second attack is a 10, which is not enough. All right, so Arister, the guy behind you, is hacking at you with his first attack. He gets a 13, which I know is not enough. His second attack is lower than that, so he basically. This guy's been trying to hack his way through your armor the whole battle, and he's
There's
frustrated.
a
Like you
reason.
can see the frustration on his face.
There's
He's
a
like,
reason why I blew all my cash from this armor.
He's just like, come on! What's going on here? And he looks at his weapons, and he's like, come on!
Should have served paladins the paladinhood. If he went to paladin school, he'd know these things. He also wouldn't be a dick.
Kethra, one of the oxen goes, and you look over and he's holding the other oxen in his arms, and he's like, and then he looks at you and he's like, quiet.
very
Should I
guilty.
use lay on hands on the oxen?
Okay, so that
I'll
was
get
Vesper,
him.
that was them. Those guys
Focus
are
on the
dead.
heads.
Those guys are dead. Those. Okay, all right, hold on. Okay, all right. You guys hear the ox cart begin to shake and rattle, and you guys can see crates sort of falling off, right? And then something breaks, like something explodes open. Like you hear the crashing, the distinct crashing of wood just splintering, right? And Vesper and Liliana make a perception check.
Don't do it, Sean.
I have to.
A giant,
Come on.
8-eyed monster comes
Oh,
out.
1.
17 plus
Okay.
5. So
Oh.
Vesper is busy, laughing at how perfect that snap was. He's like, so few people can snap perfectly in gloves,
Like
and
half,
I done did it.
half of the people at this battle died. And now everything is
Liliana,
balanced.
you see this creature crawl its way out of the side of the wagon and drop down onto the ground.
Oh no.
Again.
Yes, for those of you who can't see what I just put down, it's a rhino dog, corrupted by chaos. Behold, see that horny back? That bad boy's going to be chomping on some people tonight. All right, the chaos dog hits the rhino dog hits the ground and lets out a roar. Liliana, this rhino dog, while corrupted by chaos, does not look the same as the other rhino dog. First of all, you immediately notice that it is a female. Second of all, it doesn't have a tentacle for a tongue, but side of its face going down its neck and onto part of its flank looks like calcified bone. And then its coloration is wrong for a rhino dog, but not the same coloration as the other rhino dog that had been infected by chaos. Okay, that's what you notice immediately.
okay.
This is not good.
Get your net.
I don't have my net with me, I don't think.
Can we buy it back to you?
Okay,
Did
so
you guys give me my net back?
Yeah, shouldn't it be on your horse?
It should be. I
We
think
gave
do
you the
have a
net
net.
back to you.
Nice.
yeah, you guys recovered the net. You're talking about the one that you put over the hole in case it ran out or
Yeah.
whatever? Yeah, you guys have that net. Yeah,
Well,
you guys have
ladies and gentlemen, it looks like I indeed had a net.
it. Okay.
I'm gonna net the shit out of
All
it.
right, so let's go through another round of combat, and then we'll see where we stand time wise. Okay, so everybody start thinking about what they're going to do. Keep in mind that Kethra, Arister, and Makaria do not yet know that there is a rhino dog on the ground.
Oh, we don't know.
No, he came out the other side of the covered wagon. You guys heard the explosion, but then it just sort of settled and nothing happened.
So the only person I see that's still bothering people is the guy doing no damage there and the person attacking.
And the person attacking Liliana. That
Well,
is
I
correct.
did scream out and get the net.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I don't know.
yeah, it could be for the guy who's stabbing her.
I don't know.
I'd like to.
Didn't you say ouch?
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen it.
Right before you get the net?
Yeah,
You were way too
but
busy.
Okay, if
I
you
was
move in that
wiring
direction,
things.
there will be a chance that you'll notice
Okay.
the creature.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to start with Liliana Hollywisp at the top of the initiative. Liliana, you see what you see.
Okay.
You look back to Vesper, and he is still admiring his outer glove.
Pay attention, rhino dog on the ground. I'm going to.
You have an RD situation.
If you move away from that guy
I know.
without disengaging, you may provoke an attack of opportunity from
I
him.
know. I don't need to move. I'm just gonna light up my hands and throw a fireball at the rhino dog.
Okay.
And that's a natural one.
All right.
Okay.
So
I
you
have the worst luck with these stupid rhino dogs.
light up your hand and hurl a fireball at the rhino dog. The fireball lands in the grass at your feet and forms the rough outline of a rhino dog. Like if you were looking at clouds or whatever, and you're like, oh, it kind of looks like a rhino dog. Except it's your fireball. And then it goes out.
You were thinking rhinos. You know, dogs.
Listen, everyone,
Makes sense.
the only joy I draw from this game is when somebody rolls a 1, so you're just going to have to buckle up and stay along for the ride. I don't know what to say.
I have 4 hit points left.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
One spell.
You'll be fine.
Okay.
Macaria Storm Dragon. You roll a perception check.
Oh, I bounced onto the 3.
Yeah.
Okay, you didn't hear anything of note.
Okay.
Saris is on the ground, eyes mocking you. Dead eyes though. But when you look
They popped out. It's
when you
just
look
sockets.
away from her, she crosses her eyes, and then when you look back at her, she just does normal eyes.
I'm going to second wind with a bonus action to
Okay.
give myself some hit points, and I get 4. That's fine.
Very good. That's the kind of healing that saves lives right there.
It's a D10 plus 2.
And I can't
Four
do
is
potions
not
because I rolled a natural.
That's correct.
Okay, then I'm going to, I guess, attack the guy behind Eric.
Okay. So you move along Arden Stride's flank, and you're like, back away from the horse. You don't care about Arister, but Arden Stride is one of your favorite animals.
That's a hit.
Okay. Are you
And
sure?
It's
His armor class is 40.
17 plus 5.
Okay. All right. 22 is good enough.
Sure.
Yeah.
Darn it. Okay, that one's a 4.
4 total.
Yep.
Okay.
Duchess, that's just nice.
And 15?
Is Duchess writing nasty stuff? Oh yeah. Of course. Yeah. Pardon me.
15 to hit.
15 is also a hit. Good job.
5.
For 5.
Tanky damage rolls.
All right. He's hurting pretty bad. You stabbed him a couple good times, right in the heart and also in the spleen. And this is back when they didn't know much about spleens, so he's really in trouble. If he survives this fight, he might get away with the leeching. All right, that was Macaria. Saris is no more. Vesper Preslin.
All right, so after Liliana
Yeah,
warns everybody,
you pull you're looking at your gloved hand, and then like when you pull it down, the rhino dog is right behind your gloved hand. So you put your gloved hand back up, and you're like, and then you pull your gloved hand down.
all right, so first off, I'll cast Dissonant Whispers
Okay.
for the rhino dog,
Okay.
and of course, same thing as usual.
Oh, is this the saving throw one?
Oh wait, there we go.
Oh yeah.
The eyes, and then the
Okay, so the area around your face darkens,
yeah.
except for your shifty eyes and your mouth uttering the terror phrase.
Well, it moves. It goes.
Oh, and then it shifts down. All right, so is this the one I get to save, or is this the one where you attack?
Yeah, this is going to be Wisdom saving
Okay.
throw.
Oh, yeah, he's a dog. Yeah. All right. So
Not a wizened.
what's
dog.
the no?
Um,
What's the
13.
DC? 13. Yeah, he doesn't make it. Okay, so what happens?
3d6 psychic damage.
Nice.
It's gonna be 13.
13.
his
That's
psyche.
amazing. To his psyche. Oh, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Straight to the brain noggin.
He's
I mean, if he runs away, there's probably at least a couple good years of therapy in there.
Yeah. Okay. So then, does he also run away? Is this the one that makes
Yeah.
him flee?
Yeah, so he's gonna move away from me.
Okay. So yeah. So he turns around and he's gonna for right now he's gonna move off the map. All right. I know how many squares off the map he is in case that matters to anyone. Macaria, make a perception check.
Here are all my bad rolls. 9.
You're just like,
You do not notice a chaos-ridden rhino dog running off into the night. You are so focused on killing this guy.
It's all about the murders.
Yeah, it's just like, it's called spleen focus. It's what you learned in soldier school. Like, as soon as you get a guy in the spleen, you just have to stare at his spleen until it falls out.
But
I'm still upset that I didn't get to kill Saris.
And
Stupid bouncy shield.
You kind
Yeah, I
of did.
hear
You
it.
cut her in
I
the
hear
throat. If you had not cut her in the throat, she still would have died. She didn't make her save, so she still would have died. Okay.
as a bonus action,
But you don't know that. You cut her in the throat.
I will cast Healing Word on Liliana.
Okay?
oh, thank you, I love you. Platonically.
I was gonna say, like,
Ooh, are we announcing
It's
that
elf love,
in the game?
you know.
Now Vesper's got Balvo and Liliana.
Oh my god.
I love you in the general elf-like way in which all elves share a brotherly, sisterly bond. That sometimes.
Oh, it's gonna be 8.
Oh, thank you.
8. Ooh,
Nice.
dang, that helped. I'm sure.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay, so that was Vesper. Do you want to move? Are you gonna move?
I'd like to move closer to the Revenge Brothers, whatever they're.
Okay, well they're right in front of you, and they haven't actually taken their turn yet. But they're finished hacking at the bodies, and they're eyeballing the guy that's in front of Liliana right now.
I'd like to tap them on the shoulder and direct their attention to Rhino Dog.
Well, the Rhino Dog, they saw it, but ran out the other way.
As long as they're aware. I should
Oh yeah,
make sure they're not
they've never seen.
bloodlusting like
What it
this
could be.
one. And
Yeah, they don't
Okay.
know what they saw. I mean, they understand that it was some sort of big animal that looked really nasty, but it ran off.
okay.
It broke free and ran off. Dumb animals.
As long as I'm not going to be talking to them, and then all of a sudden, like a horn burst forth from their chest or anything.
Here, don't limit my descriptions.
all right. Do the chest burster if you want.
Vesper, that's the finest sound of. Vesper, Vesper, ow!
you see that Pippi? Pippi Stardust?
She was the greatest. I'm gonna buy all of her. Okay, so that was Vesper's turn. So Saris is dead. Okay, Vesper's turn. Okay, so that makes it Kethra Sogard.
Good, so good. Okay.
When's it my turn?
It's almost your turn.
Almost.
The guy with 2 weapons gets to go, and then you
Almost
get to
your
go.
turn. Okay, I'm going to hit the guy standing in front of Liliana with Sacred Flame. So
With Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame.
All right, so you turn.
They have to make a Dex saving throw.
He does not make it.
Oh.
Yeah, because I'm distracting him with my Rhino Dog flame. I meant to
He's
do
like,
that.
That kind of looks like an ice cream.
And he got 7 radiant damage. Right?
All right,
Yeah,
so
7 radiant damage.
his hair catches on fire, and because it's radiant and he's a servant of chaos, every time he tries to slap it out, he just spreads it. By the time he's done slapping at it, his whole face and head is just like a flaming. Like, imagine a Muppet catching on fire. Like, every part of his face is burning. Every part.
Yeah. I feel like
He-
Catherine's gonna have some serious PTSD after our adventure, guys.
No, the oxen are gonna make it. That's what you're gonna focus on. We're
Well,
gonna make
and
it
not
through
to
this
mention, after his head goes up in flames and he's like falling to the ground, you see me going, thanks!
Murder is cool.
He
He's a evil person.
he looks at you.
You're telling me.
Like, his eyelids burn away, so only his eyes are staring out of just basically a flaming skull. And he says, because everything else is also burned away, so he can't really say any words. But then you can see the revenge in his eyes, right? And then he runs towards you and dies.
Can I, as a bonus action, like take out my flask and just take a little sip and put it back in?
You probably need it after seeing something horrible like that. Like,
It's like he opened the Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah,
and
you
just
realize-
stared in.
yeah,
You,
he
you
smelled it
could
away.
have orphaned some children just now.
Okay, so this
What's the
guy
chaos agent?
decides that he
Yeah,
can't
so
get
chaos.
through
Evil babies.
Arister's armor, so he's attacking Macaria now.
You gotta buck up.
Macaria, he hits you with his
Okay.
first
You're a
attack,
revenge priest.
I'm
For
not a
4?
revenge priest.
and then he
Arra does
swings
do
with
revenge,
his second
but that's
attack
not it.
and hits armor class 16. Is that
16
enough?
is mine.
She does do
Okay,
revenge.
so he hits you with his second attack for 3. So
Wait, no,
4
my armor class is 16.
Yeah, he rolled a 16, so I need to meet or
Oh, meet or-
exceed
gotcha.
your armor
Gotcha.
class
Okay.
in order to hit
So
you.
4 and what?
4 and 3.
Man, I really hate this guy. He's the one who stabbed me in the leg.
Yeah, that's the only. Or no. He didn't.
Was his
You
buddy?
killed that guy. Yeah,
Yeah,
you killed
good.
that guy. This guy's the
Good.
guy that has missed you literally the whole fight.
Oh, well.
I'm looking
He
a
just
little
keeps
rough, by the
attacking
way.
us.
Screw
Okay.
that guy.
A little rough.
I'm
Okay,
looking
so
pretty-
Arister,
pretty
that makes
rough.
it your turn.
I will wheel about on this treacherous foe
Okay.
and stab him with my pointy stick. Do I need to back up? My pointy stick is currently a flame, so it will hurt.
Is it still
quite a
divine?
bit. Oh yeah, it's divine as heck.
Yeah.
Oh, did I hit with a 12?
He dodges out of the way of the divine flaming pointy stick.
Of course he does. Well, he probably saw it coming. It is on fire.
Yeah,
Holy
with
light.
holy magic.
Yeah.
Holy magical fire. Okay. So that makes it Mon and Mole Kosel. Mole runs over to the flaming head and stomps it out until his head breaks open. Mole runs over to this guy who's also on the ground and just begins hacking into his back with a hatchet. Just...
Not the brightest lads, but they have good hearts.
Well, they're going to make sure that they don't live.
Good job.
Like they're going around coup
that
d'etat
seems fair.
It's the double tap.
for their brother. Yeah, for their brother. He didn't live. They don't get to live. They've already lived too long. This is barely justice as far as they're concerned. Okay, so that was them. So the guy with 2 weapons. Okay. All right, so let's see. Liliana, Vesper, and actually Kethra would know. Makaria and Arister make perception checks. So everyone but Kethra.
Come on, we can do this.
I'm still really shocked by the whole.
Yeah, natural
first
20.
flame
There we go.
thing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think I feel like got a 20.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. Good job.
17.
16.
Okay.
We're all doing pretty well.
Yeah. You guys are noticing a lot of cool stuff. Too bad you can't hit any of it.
Yeah.
All right, what did you get, Liliana?
15.
15. Okay.
I'm
So
not paying attention.
everybody notices, with the exception of Kethra, mostly because the oxen and the cart are probably in her way. The creature has turned around and lets out a bestial roar and begins running back towards everyone. You guys cannot see yet who his intended victim is.
I would have heard the roar though, right? Or no?
I'm going to hide
Yeah, I'm
behind
going to
this.
say that you heard it, but you don't see what everyone's looking
They
at.
console the
Also, Mon and Mole Kosel are really making a lot of noise
Okay.
hacking into bodies. They're
And
just
I'm trying to
You
zone
know,
that
the
out.
thing could be charging at the oxen.
Which is just making your whole experience worse.
Big
really.
we can
Just
hope.
watching
Big
brains
old meat
fly.
shields.
we can hope. Okay.
Not doing well.
So let's
Alright.
go ahead and we'll
Fleshy.
actually pause here. And I'll just leave everything right where it is. And next, actually, we're not meeting next week. Next week is our off week, remember. But the following week, we will meet and see the final conclusion, hopefully, to this business with rhino dogs and chaos.
Maybe
Yeah.
take that cultist as a captive, I hope, everyone.
That is definitely something that we can discuss during the planning meeting. He
I
has
thought-
been wounded, but Makaria is not in a particular position to take prisoners.
That's true.
It's hard to just sort of. With
I'm
the
really
rapier.
I'm not really in the position to take prisoners either.
Okay, all right. So
It's gonna be 50-50.
thanks everybody.
Do you know what
Thanks,
you're going to
everybody,
do
for-
next week? Because now would be a good time to.
Yeah. So next week, my plan is to actually hold on. My dates are off.
Yeah.
Next week it's game on.
Right.
Right.
October
Okay.
the 3rd, Wednesday the 3rd, we will meet back here and finish this combat.
Nice.
Wednesday, October the 3rd. The off week is the following week, and I will give further instructions to my super fans at that time. Thanks everybody for showing up. I hope that you had a really good time. I know that we did. And we're getting finally and at long last to the bottom of this mystery about what the Chaos Cultists have in store for Arragas, our city of dreams. Okay, so thanks for showing up, everyone. Thanks again for everybody who contributed in chat.
You guys are the
And
best.
you guys are the best. We couldn't do this without you. I mean, we could, but then nobody would get to see it. So, right? Okay, so we'll see everybody next week. And Mom, if you're still watching, I'll see you in a bit.